It was kind of slow for me, right? I mean, a little bit. A little bit. Just a little one tonight. I'm not even sure what we're going to do. I don't even know what I'm going to do. Say hello, probably. I don't know. Oh. Okay. Okay. Once again, I don't plan to stream. I just did. In fact, I planned not to. Right, don't start that. I've only been live 6 minutes. At least wait until at least the 10-minute mark before gratuities. At least let me talk a little bit. Thank you, Luke Skywalker, for the 500 bits. The special with the 500 bits with the special twin. What's that song called? Dual Sunset. Binary Sunset. It's called. It's called Binary Sunset. Oh my God! Look who it is. We've got the Australian rocket. The expired bread in the chat. The Australian pocket rocket, we're going to call her. How you doing, bread? We've got Chenzo, bro. Rip GPM. What's he been doing? They fucking got his YouTube as well. What's he been doing? How am I tonight? I'm alright. I'm alright. I've been better. A rocket is like a slang term for an attractive lady, bread. I was being humorous. Do you know what I mean? Master of Fly, how you doing? Master of Fly. Yeah, do you know what I mean? There's multiple sayings. I thought you'd like that. He was going an excellent colour of red today, an excellent shade of red. It was fantastic. There you go. Yeah, bright red. I liked it. Did I see the birthday shout out for the guy? No, I didn't actually. We can watch that later. You've slept now, it doesn't exist. What you mean, like new day type thing? Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. I know how that works. New day, you feel fresh. With big ups, Juzzy51 in the chat. Oh look, I didn't reset, mix it up. Let's reset, mix it up. Let's reset it, and then we'll come back. we're what's name her, Juzzy? We'll make her go bright red. We'll make her a VIP soon. She'll be doing that smile and having to take off her headset for like the 7th time and adjust her hair. I'm so flustered. Patting herself down. No connection to mix it up overlay. I know there's not. I'm resetting it. Yeah, she needs to use all the stuff, right? She'll have some new emotes. What we got? Reaction derail? Hang on a minute. Oh, yeah. Let's look at this briefly. Let's look at this.
In Britain, hope today. And happy 40th birthday to Philip. In Britain, hope today is a positive day full of video games and championship wrestling. Love, Pat, Son, Jasper, Howard, John.
Big up Juzzy in the chat.
Sure he's watching WrestleMania Happy 11th birthday.
Oh my god, it's
Birthday
just
shout
51. This legendary beta testing drop.
Jazzy, did the whole thing play? Did the video play?
Day full of video games and
Please tell me the video
wrestling.
played.
Love Cat, Son, Jasper,
Please tell me that the video played.
Rich, Jordan, and everyone down.
So I just need to reset, mix it up every time. So this means that I can do, by the way, Broken Mailman, how you doing? Viper Venom, how you doing? So this basically means that I can do Ghost MCs, I can do everybody else's.
Video games and championship wrestling. Love
I know, Viper Venom, I saw that.
Jasper,
He got $700 and then the next day he was tweeting saying the streams were slow. It blows your mind, doesn't it?
and happy 40th birthday.
Ah, fuck, it's still playing, sorry. It blows your mind, doesn't it? It blows your fragile little mind. My fragile little mind, at least. It blows my fragile little mind. Oh, this bro. I mean, I told you to wait 10 minutes, I suppose. That Luke Skywalker is so OG with his 500 bits that he has his own redeem. That the 500 bits is completely based around the fact that that was what he would always fucking cheer. Alright, 10 minutes. Luke Skull with the 1,000 bits whilst I'm sitting here on a fucking Saturday night, Friday night, whatever day it is. Whatever day it is today. It's all fucking blended into one, bro. The 15th I start, Mr. Senior Fitness Instructor, yeah? We're going to be smashing it. Smashing it. Soft P's here. How the fuck are you doing? What's Soft P doing? Creeping around. It's already fucking 2 a.m. It's already fucking 2 a.m. If you want songs, put them in the list, by the way, people. Have we all had a nice day? I'm such a cuddly, soft teddy bear. Well, I don't feel very cuddly right now. I feel quite, like, hard. It's quite hard. I mean, there's a bit of softness to it, but it's quite hard. I mean, you can press in a little bit. You can press in a little bit. Today was annoying. Yeah, to be honest, Viper Venom, I've had better days. I've had better days. It started like, let's say it started here, whoop, pretty good, and then it went, and then we went, all right, we'll go back to normal. And that's how we stayed. You see the dark side, Joe. I know it's hard to keep the dark side at bay sometimes, Luke Skywalker, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's hard to keep it at bay sometimes. Sometimes you just want to give in. Sometimes you're like, what's the point? And you, my butterflies have stopped. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. They did this the other day. You just want to give in. Like, some days I want to be good and train in the swamp with Yoda, and other days I just want to fucking choke people to death really easily. Just, I find your lack of faith disturbing. Just choke them to death. You know what I mean? What mood? What? Wanting to choke someone to death? Shirtless redeem is too expensive. Well, that's because it's, you know, that's because it's shirtless redeem. It's got to be, you know, the price has got to be commensurate with the act. Because it's shameless. That's why it's called shirtless shameless. Because it's terrible, you know, vanity. It's a terrible vanity redeem. Spoken like a Sith Lord. Right, bruv, I've got a cape. If you call it a towel again, if people keep calling my fucking Spartan cape a towel, I'm going to be annoyed. It doesn't say Dunelm on it. It doesn't say made in Vietnam or whatever it is on the label. There is no label. It's a cape. There's no label on it. There's no label. Okay? It came straight from Greece. It came out of a museum. I bought it specifically for this stream because they said it was official Spartan cape, and I went, I need the best. I need the best for my Twitch stream. They're not going to accept some fucking knockoff cape they're not going to accept some bullshit. Do you know what I mean? That's what I said to them. And they said, leave it with us, we'll send you the best one we got. And that's the one I've got. Has he got 10,000 points? Wait there. Why? Almighty Tevin with the 7 bits. How the fuck are you doing, bro? Big stream today. Loads of streaming. Right. Don't say anything. Right, broken mailman with the 10,000 bits. The 10,000 channel points. Broken mailman with the 10,000 channel points. Anyone calling the cape a towel will be swiftly dealt with by the moderation team. Anyone calling the cape a towel will be swiftly dealt with by the moderation team. Yeah? Swiftly dealt with. It's a cape. Yeah? Look, you can see how it's... Look, you can see how it flows. Look how it flows. It's a cape. Look how it drapes perfectly. Look, hang on. I don't know what that bit is. That was like a bit of dirt on it or something. I don't know what that was. I don't know what that was. Oh, look, there's a hole. Look at the hole in my green screen. Look at the massive hole in my green screen. That's a big hole. It's just ripped. Because I just sit on it all the time. It always malfunctions. What I'm going to have to do... Right, bro! With the 69 bits, you're taking the piss now. I've barely been streaming. Right, Tevin with the 7 bits, Carlo with the 69, Luke Skywalker with the 1,000. Tevin's UK kit stole the belt from an Australian. Wow. Interesting. I mean, is there anything Kit can't do? Is there anything she can't do? She can't, to be fair, she couldn't get out of Limgrave. But she could beat the dancer. She could probably beat all the stuff in DS3, to be honest. If she didn't torture herself by, like, staying at, like, level 20. Tevin's an unintentional Dark Souls skill level whatever runner. Hold down a babysitting job, yeah? What else? There's other things. There's definitely other things. Okay, so you really like that game, don't you? He really likes that game. Obviously, having watched you stream a lot and like chop and change and play certain things, you play that one a lot. He definitely likes it. He's hooked, lads. 2K22. 2K22, absolutely hooked. Get your fucking money's worth out of it. That's what I say. Sorry for the slurping. There's a Mrs. Right cup over there. She was probably right because she's gone now. Have I watched the towel recently? Well, no, but there's nothing on it. Well, no, but there's nothing. There's nothing untoward on the towel. Why? What do you think's going to be on it? This is exclusively the cape. It's not a towel, it's a cape. I forgot. Have I watched the cape recently, you meant? There's nothing on this towel. There's nothing on it, okay? The cape is badass, yeah. You don't know what I do when I don't stream. What would you like to know? What, you mean what am I doing with the towel? She's in the robot. Chris Pro Farrakhan as well, by the way, and Fat Greg. What am I doing with the towel? What, you mean like... Well, I'm not fucking it. I'm not fucking it, if that's what you mean. Because it hasn't really got any orifices. What? Oh my god, the moderation team. The moderation team have gone wild. Oh, G67 Tricky, how you doing? Listen, I'm not doing anything untoward with it. What do you do with a towel? What do you do with a towel? When Riohan's at home, spaffing all over it, what do you do with it? Get like... I can't. I can't. I don't know what you do with your towels in your home. Do you lay them on the... Do you like get all your towels and lay them on the bed as you get a prostitute to piss all over you? Oh my god, Zelda, I see you. Hang on, we got something going on. We got YouTube. We've got Low Drag. How you doing? What the fuck is this? Oh, this looks deadly. Oh, it's Kay's cooking. Oh god. Oh god. Alright. Hello there, I'm back cooking. Today we're gonna do... And she's like... she can barely breathe. She's so massive. Her tits are like compressing her lungs. Anyway, we're in the kitchen again, and today we're gonna be doing a bit of it's fucked. You're about to find out, Carlo. You're about to find out after this video. You're about to find out. I feel bad, yeah, for the son. I think there's a strange thing. I think the son sleeps in her bed at night. That's what I think. I think she's like, come on, Lee, come up to bed. And she pulls the covers up and he gets in and snuggles up next to her. That's what I think. And he's in bed eating snacks. Lalo _ how you doing? This is a great film, by the way. Big up Soft P for recommending this, and anyone else that did. Red Line. It was fantastic. I loved every second of it. It was brilliant. Yeah, she's a great cuddler, exactly. He just snuggles up. She probably like... She nuzzles his head in between her massive breasts. She's like... Whoop. She nuzzles it right in the centre, like... That's his head, like... Whoop. It just... They sort of encase it. Do you know what I mean? I'm just saying. That's what I think happens. Yeah, right between. Just fits in nice. Whilst he's eating the dry pasta and whatever else. What other abominations she's made for him. Well, you're going to see how big they are. Well, you're going to see the size of them in precisely 2 minutes after the Red Line video finishes. This was such a good film. It really was. Oh. Jammy, how you doing? I don't know about a head massage, but... Oh. Look, and then they win the race. They blast to victory. Oh, what's Viper Venom got now? Gym gear for the bedroom. What on earth is this? Oh, the bro science guy. Alright, we'll do that after. I trained legs, Riohan, and then I came home and finished Dead Space 2, but I had to put it on easy just because I wanted to fucking beat it so we could start Dead Space 3. And we started Dead Space 3. And I stayed up way too late. I stayed up way too late as usual. Like I always do. But it was worth it. This is such a great cape. Look how good this cape is. Oh my god, we got a fucking wheel. Hang on a minute. We've got to do a wheel for first. We got fuck's sake. Fuck's sake. Fuck's sake. Alright, hang on. Did I pause that? Yeah, I paused it. Right, well let me do the wheel first. God damn it. Alright, hold on. Speed. I still need to... Whatever. I don't need to do this right now. I don't need to work this out right now. Alright. Okay, here we go. Let's see what Jammy's going to get on the wheel. Now, you better hope it's something good or neutral. You better hope it's something good or neutral. I was just about to watch a video, so I should have put my borderless, the bordered version of me. I need to fuck with that border as well, make it some different colours. But I need to do other scenes to do that. Like, I have to have separate scenes. What even is the wheel? It's like a little game that you can play in Streamlabs. It's like a little widget thing that you can have in Streamlabs. Right, Jammy, you got to gift a sub. And if you can't gift a sub, you're going to get timed out. Because this will be the 3rd time you've landed on gift a sub and you didn't gift a sub. Chris Pro Farrakhan with the 225 bits.
Chris_Pro_Farah_Coon cheered.
You got like 30 seconds to gift a sub.
13-0.
Oh my god, and we got the PT for everyone.
It's February.
I recorded this video in like February.
Nearly there.
Well, I'm waiting. Where's my gifted sub?
Everybody's making progress, yeah?
I can't remember what I say in this video. Where's my gifted sub? Tell me you can't do it. Just tell me you can't do it. Say it now.
It's doing awesome.
Say it now.
Amazing. Watching you all be inspired.
Say it.
I'm having an amazing time. Helping.
Don't hide from me.
It's brilliant. Anyone else in the chat is still very welcome to get on this with us. You don't have to show
10,
you can
9,
or Discord me behind
8,
the scenes.
7,
You can contact me
6.
however you like.
It's over.
In the chat.
It's over.
Get involved.
I warned him. This is like the 3rd fucking time. The 3rd fucking time. You're going to lose will privileges soon. Soon you're going to lose will privileges. You're going to lose will privileges soon. Everyone else plays the game. You can't fucking play when it says on there, could gift a sub, and you can't just go, well, I might not have to gift a sub. Everyone else has to gift. Why doesn't he game a team like GTA? Listen, right. Fat Greg with a gifted sub. Jammy, you can watch, but next time, I swear to God, I swear to fucking God, the next time I see your name and that wheel comes up, you're in my fucking crosshairs, bruv. Like this. You're in my crosshairs, like fucking... I'll be fucking watching you, bruv, waiting to blow your fucking head off. Right, Carlo with the 69 bits, and the Fat Greg with the gifted sub, and the fucking Fat Greg with the 17 bits. Come on, son.
That Fat Greg cheered.
Come on, son. You fucking lunatics. Right. Are we done? Right, 5 gifted subs! And Riohan with the 5 gifted. Oh my god. Oh my god. Carlo and Riohan both lost their minds. He's like, yeah, alright. Oh my god. Rhea Hahn gives to the shirtless David King. That's an interesting name, isn't it? Master of Fly. Guy with two names. Death's 89. Fishmoo. And Carlo gives to Mad Mac TTV. Big Alcos. Radiant Overalls. Pitt. And the B Bandit. And 7 dashes in the chat. Thank you for it. Right. Fucking hype train. Oh, fuck off. Oh, whatever. Whatever. Right. Whatever, bro. Luke Skywalker. He already cheered 1,000 bits, this geezer. He already cheered 1,000 bits, this geezer. Oh, my God. And Turner's in the chat. Poor fucking GPM. Can I get at least one F in the chat for poor fucking GPM? Luke Skywalker gives to Axeman 5507. Necro 15. Aces win. Something air and 80k lash. And Carlo with the 69 bits. And GPM with the F. It's awful. Did they get all... I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened to his accounts. They even got his YouTube channel. Right, you lot are mental. Level 5 hype train, bruvs. I haven't even watched the video yet. You lot are absolute savages. I cannot thank you enough. I cannot thank you enough. Right, what the fuck?
The shirtless David King cheered. X300.
The shirtless David King with the 300 bits. Are you lot done now? This was supposed to be a relaxing Friday night. What happened to GPM? Oh my God. Right, just fucking stop. Just stop. We already hit level 5. Right. The fat Greg with the 500 bits.
May the force be with you.
GPM got banned on everything. GPM's main got banned, saying that he was a bot. Right. I'm fucking banned with the 300 bits. Right. No. We haven't even done anything. I haven't even done anything. I'm literally sitting here. I ain't even watched the video. Just calm the fuck down, I swear to God. 69 bits. Bread with the 300. Right, I can't even keep up with it now. Oh my God.
X300.
Oh my God. Right. Rhea Hahn with the 3 gifted. Victor Smoltish in the robot. Connor Wayne. Right. Don't even start. Carlo with the 69. Bread with the 300. Luke Skull with the 500. Fat Greg with like another 80.
May the force be with you. Luke_Skywalker 325 cheered.
Well, I'm just going to wait this out. The 69. Do you like my redeem, Carlo? Do you like the picture? Do you want me to make the picture even bigger for you? There you go. Massive. Right, don't even start. Right, Quantum Matty coming in on the tail end. Don't you even start. Bruv, with your fucking 100 bits. Don't even think about it. Yeah, level 5. Big ups to level fucking 5 hype train. You absolute lunatics. And we've got a gun show. Alright, yeah, great. Alright, happy now? Are you happy now?
That fat Greg cheered.
Jesus
X40.
Christ.
Show love one,
You
show love
fucking
one,
lunatics.
show love one, 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 show love one.
Level 5 hype train.
Quantum
With
Maggie
only
cheered.
34 minutes on the stream. Oh my God! Turner with the 300 bits! Are you fucking serious? And right, how many gun shows do you want? How many fucking
Sir
gun
Fresh on
shows
Yosu
do you want?
cheered.
How many do you want?
100.
How many do we want? You're all mental. All of the gun shows.
It better not be a shit clip that
Quantum
cuts out the whole
Maggie
point.
cheered.
You can clip this.
X400.
I'm never going to stop streaming, yeah? Cheers.
3, 2, 1. Clip that shit.
Quantum Matty with the 400 bits.
Good. Hold me to it. Cheers, everyone.
Oh my god, this geezer with the 6-month resub. Level 5 hype train. Oh my god. Right, you lot are not to know this, but I had a fucking terrible day today. You are not to know this, but I had a fucking terrible day today. And I didn't come on here expecting any of this shit. We were just going to chill out, watch a few fucking videos, relax. Like, you're all mental. You're all mental. You're absolutely mental. Apparently, it's sending me messages. That's what it's doing. That's what it's doing. How much do you love me? GBM out, Margot. Right, don't speak ill of poor GPM. All those times we looked at his cooking and we restreamed him and we had a laugh. I feel terrible now that we can't do that. Right, like all I want to do right now is restream a GPM stream. Right, also I watched Low Drag. I'm your favourite Sith Lord. Right, everyone. Thank you so fucking much for the level 5 hype train. Okay, Riohan, this is what happened. His main account got banned for suspected bot activity, like he was a bot. So he appealed it, and we were like, well, that's a bit mental, because if they check it, obviously it's not a bot account. So then he streamed on his actual bot account, Guitar Punk Master Bot, and he got banned for ban evasion. And that account got banned. So now both his accounts are banned. So he streamed on YouTube tonight. And after the stream ended, someone fucking struck his YouTube channel. And the video has been removed. So I have no fucking idea what's going on with poor GPM right now. I have no idea what's going on with GPM. What's going on with his shit. I have no idea. But that's what happened to him. Right. Level 5 hype train. And everybody's here. You want another gun show? What fucking... And they've got the cape on. And everything. And we had the fat Greg with the 15 bits at the end. That I didn't even... Right, whatever. I don't know, Juzzy. I don't know. I don't know how it works. I have no idea why they did it, or I have no idea. Right, it's video time. We've got Tevin's video now. We've got Tevin's video. What do you mean, Flex standing up? What do you mean? What do you think this is?
Hi, people, and I'm back cooking again.
Oh my God, this woman. Right, one more flex, Carlo. You get one more. Because of all the 69, you ain't seen no fucking glutes. Because of all the 69 flexes. Because of all the 69 bits. What? That's all you get. That's it. Pizza. Ah, fuck. There we go. Okay, here we go. Oh, right. If you're going to get refunded for that in a minute after I watch this, because it's going to make me feel sick. Flex the toe. You like the cut-offs? Right. Calm down. I need to watch this video now.
And today I'm going to be doing... I'm not sure if it's a proper one or if it's a piss take.
If it's a piss take, like literally all her food that she cooks isn't a piss take. Do they have pizza? Oh fuck! I skipped it by accident. Fuck.
I'm not sure if it's a proper one or if it's a piss take.
I went to pause it and I skipped it.
So what it is pizza on toast. As you can see, I've got
we do have socks in this country.
Some tomato puree and some sausages.
She's just going to put passata on it.
Is it called tomato juice on? Oops.
Just onto soggy, just soaking into the bread.
Spread it out. Not over the edges. This one over as well. It's like doing a tomato dip. And some tomato puree.
What's soaking in? That doesn't soak in. That stuff doesn't soak in. You have to like rub it into the skin.
Tomato.
She's putting tomato puree on it. Oh.
Spread that around like that.
Oh.
Hope you like your pizzas with a lot of tomato on, Lee. So that's that done. Now I'm gonna put that there. And I've got some salami. It's not what
What about the cheese? And beef and bacon pizza. It's not bland enough for him.
I'm not having it anyway.
Is that really you, bread?
And
Is that before? That's you now is before the weight loss, is it? That's a lot of weight you lost there.
I'm gonna take that off.
What's her address? Oh, this is an abomination, isn't it? Look. Is she actually? How's she gonna toast it? She can put it under a grill.
3 on that one.
Bread, I'm fairly confident you could make better food than this.
And then the middle one. They look a little bit bigger. So.
Your OnlyFans content, yeah.
Well, they're only a bit.
People probably naked cooking's probably definitely got a niche on there somewhere. I should try that.
And there's one more to go on.
Yeah, bread baking bread just naked but wearing like an apron and getting all like
Oops,
like flour on her and shit like that. That would sell.
And the last one,
Trust me, that would sell.
which is the same size as that one,
Oh.
go over that. I think it's all different forms of salami.
There's so much sausage on that.
So,
Oh, bro.
if I could pick them up, they're that thin and fidgety.
She needs to be forbidden from kitchen, yeah.
Right.
Oh.
No, gone over.
Delicious healthy meats
so what I'm
on
gonna
this
do is
one,
I'm gonna
like,
put that in the
yeah.
grill.
That whole pack
I'm
cost her
going to
like
keep checking
30p. Perez,
Like
by the
I
way,
said,
how you
there's
doing?
no specific time. It's just when it looks as though it's done. When the salami is
Where's the cheese?
bubbling, then obviously it's done. Like I
Isn't
said,
she going to
I'm
put
doing
cheese on
under the
it?
grill. So I'm going to put it under the grill now. And this is the end product of pizza on toast.
Here comes
Please
Lee
come
for
and
the
do
taste
the
test. Fucking state of him. I think he's got brain damage, isn't he? He probably works like he got kicked in the head by a horse when he was a kid or something.
On the fan though. I didn't know what you said then.
Or whatever, just got the bandit or whatever.
You never see the dad. The dad probably went mad. He probably lost the will to live and like hit the kid with a poker or something. He threw a TV remote at him and ran out the
She
house.
said that on every video.
I use it as my catchphrase then.
Got another one. Right. Very tomato,
Yeah, right, lovely.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's right
Banana,
nice.
isn't it?
Yep. Nice.
Nice.
Wasn't as nice as the pizza I have.
It's the stuff that you have for the pizza anyway.
I know, but I'm just saying. It tastes nice.
It tastes nice. It's not as nice as a pizza, but it's nice.
Just
Look at her face.
No pizza.
Look at her face. What the fuck is she even supposed to be, bruv? She's as mental as him. She's as fucking mental as him.
Base
Right.
is like kind of a...
Sort
well,
of.
kind of, whatever. But yeah, for third attempt and that lot, for first time trying, I mean, I would say yeah, it's alright, but
Yeah.
well, like I say, not pizza, so yeah, thumbs up.
No cheese.
Very good. Right, well, I hope that gave you a rough idea on how to do pizza on toast, something like that. But if you like what you see, please keep viewing me. If you want to give me a big old thumbs up, it would be appreciated.
Right, her videos are
If
something
you want
else,
to
aren't
leave
they?
a comment, the more the
Right, what was
merrier.
next? Viper Venom. Didn't you have
I
one
will
for me?
reply
Put your one in.
to you eventually.
And I
if
think
you
Juzzy had one
haven't
from, like,
subscribed,
days
or you know
ago.
someone who hasn't subscribed,
Juzzy's got one from
hit
days
them
ago.
subscribing.
Juzzy,
Thank
what's your
you,
one?
bye.
Also, we're nearly at the skateboarding stream. I've got to like, go to a skate park and find some shoes to skate in. Right, Viper Venom there we go. There's Viper Venom. Right, I'm sorry, but whoever's put this in, it has to get skipped. I'm sorry, Lalo underscore.
Shit, sorry, didn't see you there. I was just resting, like taking a little rest in between sets. Definitely do not live here. That's not my house for the time being. Anyway, now if you're a meathead, chances are the two places you spend the most time are the gym and the bedroom. And in my case, they are not both the same place. I do not sleep here. I cannot stress that enough. I have a home. Unfortunately,
I do
since you're
not
a meathead,
sleep here.
You only care about yourself and your gains.
Right,
Most of
Juzzy,
your
I
time
just
in the
said put
bedroom
your one
is
in.
spent sleeping.
I
So if
said
you
put
wanna
your
spend
one
less
in.
time dreaming and more time creaming, then I'm gonna teach you how to bring your work home with you.
I said put it in and we're gonna watch it.
Against humanity.
Oh, they're doing the merch
Living
first.
An assertive hate yourself. It's a delicate balance.
The belt,
Whip her
yeah.
Too hard, and she'll think you hate her.
There we go, we're
Whip
gonna
her
watch
hard
Juzzy's
enough,
one as well.
And she'll question if you even love her. Delivering an assertive flap on the booty with a lifting belt will provide a wide leather surface that mimics the tender yet firm slap of a human hand without the emotional intimacy of, actually touching each
I
other.
never really liked slapping the
Fat
arse.
grips. Fat grips are
I mean, it's alright. I prefer slapping in the face, to be honest.
for bros who want big forearms but don't want a deadlift. What you do is you take the
Yeah,
fat grips
fat
and you
grips.
place them on a barbell or a dumbbell. And it imitates what it would be like to grab a normal weight with Bradley Martin's baby hands. Theoretically, making it much more difficult to grip and thus
Yeah.
growing your forearms without having to do any hard work.
Stupid, to be honest. If you wanted to get big forearms, just train your forearms. If you've got good genetics, they'll grow. You don't need those fucking stupid things.
Work like deadlifts or
But
work
sure.
forearms directly. Believe it or not, I'm actually not making any money for this, so if anyone from Fat Grip sees this, please send me a check. A fat one. Now in the bedroom, these have two uses. Number one, for her, to train her hands to wrestle my fat fucking hippo dick. It's like a fucking can of cinnamon rolls, dude. She's gonna need practice for this. She's gonna probably need two hands. Maybe even get your girlfriend in on this. Get four hands on there. All hands on dick. Anyway, so what you're gonna want to do is you wanna give these to your girl so she can use them in her daily activities and acclimate herself to the extra girth. She can use these in activities such as drinking wine, going through your phone, or jumping to conclusions. And number two, for you, if you don't have a fat hippo dick, you can, wear it as like some sort of dick armor, like a fat, useless condom. There's like a lot of traction on there, so then maybe she'll feel something. And if you don't have a girlfriend or a fat hippo dick, I guess in a pinch you could fuck it.
We need some Johnny
I mean,
Bravo
really, in a pinch,
cartoons.
it's
That's
just
what we
gonna be
need.
tight and really grippy. So that sounds like a you problem. Lifting straps. Lifting straps are used by two types of people. People who can lift literally too much weight to hold, and then there's you. Unless the weight you're lifting is closer to 1,000 pounds than it is to 0 pounds, then the rule is if you can't hold it, then you can't lift it. So save the lifting straps for the bedroom. As you can see, lifting
You definitely need straps
make
to train
for
back.
perfect handcuffs. And as we know, handcuffs are
You
a
definitely
gateway to
need
aim.
straps to
Here's
train
how it
back.
works. Now, every kinky amateur's first
I actually
move
explained
when they
this
wanna
to
spice
GPM.
it up in the bedroom is handcuffs. Now, what the hoping happens here is that by suggesting handcuffs, the girl will say, oh, I want you to tie me up and do whatever you want to me. But what we hear is, I want you to throw my pussy in jail and search my butt for drugs with your dick. Now, what usually happens, though, is just some vanilla missionary while she complains about a wrist hurting from the handcuffs.
This
but thanks to the
geezer.
padding on the wrist wraps, the only thing she'll be
Cheaper
complaining
than a
about
fleshlight.
is
I mean, that's
everything
probably
else,
true.
because your stale-ass relationship was doomed from the start. But the hope of maybe one day doing anal is keeping the spark alive until you try having a kid and seeing if that works. Oh, look at his fucking cankles, baby. Ooh, shit. Ooh, like a fucking platypus. What is this? Okay, if you really want to bond, try some extra bondage with some resistance bands and chains. The chains
You'd have to
actually
tie those up like quite a lot.
wear those. 50 Shades of Gains. Ooh, Chicago deep dick. Ah.
You'd have to tie those
Pull
up quite a lot.
Not out. Ooh. Elevation training, man. Elevation training. Oh, fuck, I almost died there. Elevation training masks. Oh, fuck. Training masks are the most efficient way to prepare yourself for having no friends. Just 5 minutes working out in a training
Right, hang
mask
on.
is the equivalent of a lifetime of working out alone. And since no one will want to interact with you, you'll be forced to lift without a spotter. Now, another thing you'll have to do without a spotter is, you guessed it, autoerotic asphyxiation. That's right. And this, as you can see, can be extremely dangerous.
Imagine masturbating whilst choking yourself half to death and nearly choking yourself to death as you're coming to make it more intense.
Now this is where an elevation training mask really comes in handy. Get it? Comes in handy, you know, because you're
Right.
giving yourself a handy and you're
Let's go.
holding your hand like a lonely piece of shit because you thought that, you know, wearing a fucking gas mask to the gym would make you look hard. The
Who
training
needs to
mask
imagine?
mimics
Exactly.
The sensation of choking yourself by depriving
needs
you
to
of both
imagine
your
that?
oxygen and your dignity. So it's pretty much the same thing. Foam rollers. Foam rollers are for horny dudes to lay on and pretend like they're warming
Did
up.
I say
while
Egg
they
Gang, how
creep
you
on
doing? I
girls'
can't remember.
stretches. Being on ground
Oh.
level provides not only cover, but an excellent vantage point. It's like being a
Yeah,
fucking
exactly,
booty sniper
Broken
in
Mailman. Has happened multiple times.
Afghanistan. Other than that,
Multiple times. Imagine. You're dead, bruv, with your dick in your hand. They find your kids find you. Your wife finds you.
these
What is this channel name? Somebody give the channel a shout out. Viper Venom, post his channel in the post his YouTube in the chat for all the wonderful people that want to go and follow this guy. Exactly, hanging in the closet, that's right. Hanging in the closet, imagine, bro. With your fucking pants round your fucking legs. Just out, bro.
Provide the optimal angle for you to stab her G-spot.
There you
with
go.
your pork
There he
sword.
is.
And with this simple hack, you can turn a starfish into a blowhole.
What if it's the most intense nut ever before you die? Well, you'd have to be pretty good to be worth your whole life, wouldn't it? It depends if you, as you're having an orgasm, if you transcend onto a higher plane of existence and you don't feel the death or the pain, then yeah, it's probably worth it. You're like, just like that DSP thing. Like you transcend right there, you die, you pass out, you go on to the next plane of existence. It'd be all right. But if you was like, oh, it was pretty good, you go, I'm coming, it wouldn't be very good, would it? If that was the situation, if it felt all right and then you went and you couldn't get the thing off your neck, it probably wouldn't be very nice. Oh. Yeah, there you go.
And lastly,
there you go.
Lifting gloves. Now, lifting
Worth
gloves
it, yeah.
are
Don't
like
think
the
it'd be
condoms of
worth
the gym.
it.
They provide
I don't know.
protection, and
I don't
fucking
know.
use them. Whether I'm
I don't
smashing
know
the
if it
gym
would.
Or smashing vagina. I'm going
Not if you die before you even bust. Yeah, well, that's the risk you run. That's part of the game. That's part of the game, isn't it? Oh, can we before? Oh, I feel my heart stopping. Can you do it? That's all part of the fun.
President of the House. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel.
God.
New videos every time I come out with a new shirt, like the Saint Natty shirt. Or
Right,
if you're
there we
looking
go.
for another way to get some games
There we
and
go,
some
merch
pussy,
and stuff. Pretty
why don't you
good.
try-
Right, this is
Hey,
Juzzy's
people.
video.
Seth here. The following is highly experimental and may come off as disjointed or schizophrenic. I don't care. Elden Ring, the newest hot release by Hideo Miyazaki of Ghibli Studios, famous for classic animations such as Howl's Moving Mausoleum and My Invader Totoro. From Software have really outdone themselves, as this game features not one, but 2 crustaceans, possibly even more. Unfortunately, I haven't unlocked the ability to swim, so I cannot confirm or deny that. The game begins, and I make my character. His name? Some
Elden
his
Ring?
class, naturally, is wretched. I did originally consider prisoner, but I chose not to. I take the key as
Part
my starting
slave.
item and
What?
look to regret it after I get immediate access to a side dungeon and get run over repeatedly by a speeding train. I chose instead to go the other way. After camping a few times, Melina comes by and offers me an accord. I turn it down because I think it's funny. I then proceed to kill Morgott and Godric before I realize I haven't leveled up. How was I supposed to know I had to say yes? Miyazaki, just because I am offered the ability to talk to a woman, doesn't mean I think it's a symptom of bad design. Conversely, I fell for the oldest trick in the book, the warm embrace of a woman's lap, only to find out 100 hours later it's actually a debuff. What do
Yeah,
I mean by this?
same
I guess
here.
I'll have to consult a 40-minute lore video to figure out the true symbology behind this item description. I tell you,
Yep.
passive storytelling at its very best.
It's Millicent.
Especially when half a characters either disappear, die, or start T-posing during your playthrough. This might bother people. People who believe there's a story, which is the equivalent of finding a bunch of random notes and thinking to yourself,
I mean, there's
"Damn,
more
that book
story
is
than the
wild.
other ones,
Halo's
Jesus.
plot is crazy. Have you not read all the secrets?
The other ones were really bare bones.
Those lore channels now have a steady
At
source
least
of
they had a
bread
little bit of,
for the next
like,
4 years.
stuff
I
telling you
assure
actually
you'll
where
know
to
every
go in
side
some of the
character
item
better
descriptions
than your
this
own
time, at
family.
least.
I don't remember which war Granddad was fighting, but I do know patches. I know that canonically he is
patches.
circumcised. Honestly, I don't judge. I still get to have my wife Ronnie. What I'm criticizing is the involvement of this fat fuck. Seth made this offer, helping to weave the narrative. Okay, let's see what this dude wrote. Sunset found her squatting in the grass, groaning. Every stool.
I
was
didn't. I
looser
tried to
than the one
read it.
before and smelled fouler. By the time the moon came up, she was shitting brown water. The more she drank,
Can
the
you
more she shat. But the more she shat,
I mean,
the thirstier she grew. And her first
It's interesting, Boonshire, but I mean, you're kind of out of left field with that. Do you know what I mean?
The greatest author who has ever lived. He has also
You're kind of
never
out of
finished a
left
book,
field
and
with
so
that.
fitting
By the
in,
way,
From Software
George
has
R.R.
embodied
Martin, what the
spirit
fuck?
of J.R.R. Martin by never finishing a single quest line. Elden Ring is an ambitious platformer, and if you disagree, you haven't played the game.
Lots-
because
there is
half this
platforming.
game is jumping with a head start, or falling into a hole, into a canyon, into the place you originally wanted to, but accidentally jumped before doing so, adding an extra foot to the height of your fall, which turned it into a lethal descent.
Yep.
There's nothing I love more than jumping
Watership, how you
awkwardly
doing?
off rooftops. But how do we spice it up? Archers. You love archers.
Oh, that
They're on
town,
every
the
roof,
fucking
and they've
liturgical
got
town.
traffic. And
Oh
guess
my
what?
God, that's the
sewer
worst.
levels are back, and this time they're essential to the plot. Yeah, I'm thinking game of the year. Calling the mountain your game, Torrent. Absolute genius. So anybody Googling Elden Ring Torrent gets a bunch of horse pictures instead. I can't wait until Elden Ring 2 features the popular and beloved
I don't
character,
know
Kodak
Boonshire Gaming,
Benuvo,
to be honest, because I don't
who
know
cracked
you.
virus. But,
And I'll
why
be
are we
honest, I
here?
don't go into other people's chats
wait,
trying to
I gotta
post
take
links
another
immediately. I normally say hello and get to know
We're
people
here
first.
for the difficulty because
I mean, if
we're
you want to share
hardcore
something
gamers.
amazing, that's
Take
if
it
it's
from me.
if it
I've
moves
already
you,
beaten
that's
the final
admirable.
boss, John
But I
Elden
don't
Ring,
know
so I can
you
give
very
a few
well. Do you know what I'm
pointers.
saying?
Have you ever used a weapon, armor, fast travel, potions, or opened the world map? I'm sorry to say, but you're playing the game wrong. This game is meant to play level 1 as a wretch, using a single club, no upgrades. If you disagree, I'm not calling you a casual. If you ever
Oh my
hear someone
God,
talking like
Davy
this,
Malt with the year. Davy Malt with the year. The whole year. Look, and you don't even follow. You're not even following. Right. Right. I don't care what the title is.
Smack your ass, bitch.
I don't care what the title is. How's that? You didn't even follow. You didn't even say hello. We're watching a different video. And you're like, can I show you this? That's fine. That's fine. It's commendable. It's something you're interested in. I'm not knocking it. But for fuck's sake, I'm not going to go to your stream and say straight away, can I watch this video, please? You didn't even follow me. Come on. Right. Honeysuckle, how you doing?
Take pity on them because this behavior is characteristic of someone who stacks no paper and gets no bitches. This game isn't hard, not because it's not hard, but because video games fundamentally aren't hard. You know what's hard? The circumstances of life, getting a degree, having a stable family, being born with a baby arm. You're born and one arm develops normally into an adult arm, but the other is this stunted mini child arm, which stops growing at like 3 years.
Brony streamer, are they really? Are they a streamer as well? Oh, for God's sake. Come on, bro. At least follow before you're going to ask to watch some stuff.
Of age, so you're this freakish monstrosity. You'll be known around town as Baby Arm Man, and the only job
Baby
you ever
Arm
have
Man.
is Baby Arm stock photo, because it's harder for them to get a kid to pose for that. It's a lot more convenient to have a malformed monstrosity on standby. Furthermore, I genuinely believe that pattern recognition is a form of cheating. Your Homo sapiens brain is literally destroying the difficulty of the experience by
They're all alright in their own way. Dark
I
Souls
hope that
2 is
people
just a little
consider this
bit...
in the future and later learn to
It's
recognize
just a little bit
that the
mental.
truest From Software experience would be a lobotomite run, where prior to playing, we perform a frontal lobotomy and sever your prefrontal cortex.
Oh my God,
Sometimes
Carlo
the
with the
only option
fucking
you have
shot.
to preserve the purity of your experience.
Are you joking?
is
Hang
brain
on, hang on,
damage.
hang on.
Multiplayer enhances the experience.
Hang on a
Sometimes
sec.
You'll see white phantoms briefly
Let me set
appear.
this- why the
These are
fuck is the
players
thing-
from
the
other
colour?
worlds going through their own journey.
Right,
Once,
Carlo wants to
I
do a
saw
shot.
white
If anyone wants to
phantom
do a
appear,
shot,
teabagging a dead
we're gonna do a
NPC.
shot.
In this moment, I knew I was playing a masterpiece. Messages and appraisal are exactly how Reddit users believe karma works. You,
Fred, you're not allowed to
you get
drink.
actual
You've already had
physical
loads.
nourishment from the karma.
You ain't
Over
drinking. You're
a message
fucking-
on the floor. Maybe
you're,
someone out there
you're
will
ha-
tell
you're
me something
hungover,
useful.
probably.
Then you
No,
open
she
it
only
and
drank
read
a little
it,
bit.
only to see dog butthole, closely followed by Fortnite. According to a true story, once upon a time, Miyazaki's car.
Well, you can if
broke
you
down
want.
in the
I'm not
middle of the
stopping you.
road.
If
This
you want to
was
drink, you
during
can. That's
winter,
fine by
so
me.
no help
Anyone
was
else that
be
wants to get a
found
shot,
when
do it now.
suddenly
I am
three
watching this
strangers
video,
appeared
but
out
I'm
of
really
nowhere,
quickly going to get the shot.
Sucked him off and left without even saying a word. And that's how Miyazaki got the inspiration for Souls multiplayer. Gameplay, flawless, stunning, effervescent. Just like Bloodborne was a complex allegory for sexually transmitted HIV, Elden Ring is a rich synesthesia between seeing Swampland and remembering Blighttown, or hearing Leyendell long after you've left the capital, because my ears are still ringing from the sound of those fucking trumpets. Actual real critique, no jokes, no giggles. I think every boss should have a stake of America outside the boss room. Generally,
Lenny? What do you mean, Lenny?
I gotta walk.
What,
And
from-
traditionally, I do not
Well, you don't
consider
watch that
cardio
guy as well,
part
do you?
of the boss fight. Now, the walks are more generous than any other Souls game, but just because somebody chose to take a smaller shit in
You
my
mean
runs
Lenny from
doesn't
Ze-
change
from-
the fact
from
that it's
Zero,
still
Lenny?
there. Inside
Oh.
my bowl, steaming up my Tupperware.
Do you watch
I would
Zero,
also
Lenny?
have originally said that the death screen is quite long, but then I realized it's working as intended. You see, when you die in PvP,
Zero Lenny
you
is
have
good
no
if anyone
option
watches him.
but to watch
You have
helplessly
Irish
as
whiskey.
someone
Well, I've got some
spams
rum.
point down and repeatedly defiles your dead body. My complaints are pretty mild. If, like me, you didn't
I have
realize
some,
vigor was a non-linear
Appleton
scaling, it would
Estate
have helped
rum.
immensely to know that going 10 to 20
Not super
makes no
expensive, but
tangible
not super
difference,
cheap
but
either.
20 to 40 is
Middle of
all
the
difference
road,
between
quite nice,
taking a
tasty
blow
rum.
and getting one-tapped by most of the game. I wish I knew that at the start. Luckily, this game is very generous with its ability to re-roll your character. If you're still paranoid, you can back up your save at no risk. I've done this more than 100 times without issue and recommend you do the same. Because, despite what anybody says, there's a million ways to brick your save. I've done
Oh,
it.
no.
I can reproduce it. It's still there. Also, easy anti-cheat is a very good anti-cheat because it's very easy to turn off. My friend may have done exactly that and more. Tell me, Seth, was he punished? Is he banned? No, some of the later fights have
Oh, no.
hitboxes. Not like I
Right.
care. I cheesed through that shit.
Right,
This
anyway.
game makes you realize the greatest companion you'll ever
Anyway.
have is yourself. So, why not
ladies
make
and
a
gentlemen,
copy?
if you've
Lore,
got your drink,
before continuing, we have to stop and talk
now's the
about
time
best
to,
character in
you
the
know,
game,
prepare
Dung
it.
Eater, loathsome, Dung Eater,
Carlo,
ferocious feaster of feces,
the shot with me,
devious, doo-doo devourer,
however
Dung
many
Eater,
points we had it
consumed
at.
excrement,
What is it
feces,
now?
shit,
1,500
even
points or
nihilistic,
something?
And with a wicked sense of humor, his
The Dung
greatest
Eater.
desire is to
Yeah, it's
eat
not
the
super
poo-poo
expensive. Hang on,
and
let me just
of
turn this
course
down.
murder you and
7 Dash
defile
got his
your
vape.
body. I think
Right.
there's a lot we can
There's
learn
only
from
got
Dung
this.
Eater,
This
but
shot is only
as
going out
society, we're not yet ready
to
for that conversation. Bills,
one
there's many
person,
bills.
one
Strength
group
is
of
terrible
people,
until you realize you
and
can
that's the
power
chat.
transfer the entire
Because
game
we had a
and block
fucking
everything
hype
else with
train.
barricade
We had
shield
all these
for zero
people
stamina. Going
gifting
strength, unfortunately,
and
puts you at the
cheering
highest risk
and
group
gifting
for
and
naming yourself the
subbing
Black
and
Swordsman
gifting and
cosplaying
cheering and
as your favorite
everything.
slice of life anime.
You're all
If I see you do
absolute
this, I'll send you
savages.
intentionally
And to be
so I
honest,
can
whether
teach
you did or
from my
didn't, whether
world.
you're sitting in the
Dexterity.
chat or you're
Do you
not, whether
enjoy
you ever watch
katanas?
me
How
for
about
hours and
double
hours
katanas,
or you
each
watch
one
me
longer
for
than the
minutes.
last, using
Okay?
realistic,
It's a very nice
historically
experience
accurate sword
being here.
techniques from
I
feudal
wouldn't
era
change
Japan.
anything.
What about
I hope you all have a wonderful weekend and you keep coming back and I can entertain you again and again and again. Okay? 3, 2, 1.
a rhythmic dance between sword, swipe, and parry. A lethal symphony, silenced only by death. Others would disagree. I'm confident that if you ask any running sorcery, what's their favorite boss, they'll recoil in surprise and say, I don't know any. I just sit at the back and spam Azure Comet. Faith incantations are very good. Abusing the animation of Catch Flame to cast them instantaneously.
Look at that.
Even better. And before you say it, I know.
There's apparently a lot of stuff in the game that's OP.
You know what else is intended? This. Also, this. And
Look.
this. My of this game, beyond the exploration, the richness of the graphics, and the scale of the world they made, has been abusing every mechanic I possibly can before it gets patched out.
Oi!
Inevitably, I've taken to
Oh my god,
abusing
Carlo, I don't know
it.
how many
You
69-bit
might
cheers
call
we've
me
had
Steve.
today.
People
Carlo,
who
this
use
one is
Moonveil
I am
unironically,
always
and thus I
victorious
The
feel
in
no
69
remorse for
bits,
any of
mages
my
and
actions.
samurais are
So,
crazy.
Elven Ring attracts many different responses. Some fillet the long shaft
Thank
of
you very much
FromSoft
for the number.
endlessly.
Yet
Others
again,
hate it
the
because of their own
69 bits,
incompetence.
Carlo.
Walking manifestations of a
Have a nice
Dunning-Kruger
night
effect.
out,
These
bro.
People believe that failure is not their own.
He's got
It's somehow
hours,
inflicted
okay? He's got
upon you by
hours.
the universe. You can't be bad at video games, as video games are merely a subject matter. No, that is a deficit in your
Hours,
cognitive
okay?
ability, something that likely plagues you in every aspect of your life. In
It's
summary,
alright,
if
Chris
you're bad at video
Farrakhan.
games, you're bad at life. You've got a
It's
smooth brain
early
and a
days. I'm not
low
going
IQ.
anywhere.
Your fate is to be a grunt in the new world order. And
Jazzy, it's making me want to play Elden Ring. I just beat Radahn today on Journey 3. First time, he's still easy as
What I'm
fuck.
trying to say is Elden Scrolls 10 out of 10 garbage. I love it. As always, more content to come, so stay tuned. If you're interested in some merchant multiplayer, password Fug Hunt goes in all fields. First 52 Invade get a 15% off their first month of FugHunters.com, the official sponsor of this video. And now, allow me to conclude this presentation with some calming visuals. Rest assured, most of the things seen here can no longer be afflicted on another human being. A warm thanks to the many members of
Yeah, very good.
generously funding
Very
and
entertaining.
these videos. You're all truly
I was
wonderful.
entertained
Have a
by
good
this
one.
video. Humorous. Very humorous. I have not seen this guy's videos before.
So fuck you and your lame ass point of view. That should have been my whole mission from the start. You putting it together, I tear it all apart. What? Gotta get mine, stepping through this minefield, and what's not mine becomes mine.
Is that what they are? Patreon. Holy fuck, bro. Is that what they are? He's still on A! Bro, how long is this? This is like 3 more minutes. Is this all Patreon? No, I think one side started at A and the other side started at something else. Bro. Thank you for the follow. Dark Neo. Hang on, what was that? Dark Neo TV. Thank you for the follow, bro. How the fuck you doing? Yeah, that was pretty mental. He only charges when he releases videos. That makes sense. Pay like $5 a video or something like that, I guess. Pretty cool. This is such a wonderfully chilled and mellow track, okay? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Excuse me. And we still haven't decided. We still haven't decided. Are we going to play a game? No, probably not. I'm probably just going to relax some more. Let's go back to the other one. Let's go back to the messy screen. It's not messy. It's just, you know, it's not that messy. Screen's not that messy. It's got my butterflies. It's got my stuff. Oh. Did we all have fun tonight? Is P-Fan still streaming? Before I went to the gym, P-Fan was streaming. And then when I come home, I saw he was still going. Let me have a look. He's still going, bro. He's playing Elden Ring. He's getting into it, yeah? Let's have a look. Let's see what he's doing. Let's see what he's doing. Yeah. He's doing good. Where is he? Liurnia. It looks like it. Maybe. Yeah, that's the academy. Oh. Can he platform down this ledge? That's what we want to know. Yeah, there's the academy. P-Fan doing good. What's he got? Spear on the go? Is he going to platform down? Yeah. You've got lots of stuff in Liurnia to explore. I mean, the game's so fucking massive. The game's so fucking massive anyway. Oh, not another one. What have you got for me now? This is his first run, yeah. Street Fighter 5 segment cancelled. Who was... Hang on, who's playing Street Fighter 5? Natty or not? Who's playing Street Fighter 5? I was kind of considering it, but it's like 3 in the morning already. So I'm probably not going to. What's this one? Put this one in. Oh, he was playing. Oh yeah, now that you say that, he was playing it. Now that you say that, he was playing it. Right, put that in. No, it was just a crap day. It's just not good. One of those days. Severely not good. Right, let's go to the top. Wait for it. Right, I don't know what it is about this track. This guy just released a bunch of other tracks as well. Some of them are a little bit crazy. Hey everyone, how you doing? Some of them are a little bit crazy. Right. Okay, let's check it out.
Eyes. But first, a word from our sponsor. Me. A literal
Merch.
get me. That'd be like cheapest rule of identifying somebody in steroids is if they look like they're on steroids, then they are. If you have to ask if they're natty, then they're not. What would be the point of taking steroids and still looking like a natty? That'd be like cheating on a test, but still getting a C, so it doesn't look like you cheated. You could have got that C without cheating or studying. And if you just studied and didn't cheat, you could have probably squeaked out an honest B-. And if you just cheated like a real fucking winner, then you would have got an A+. It's like robbing a bank, but then reporting it on your taxes. So what does somebody on steroids look like? Other than a hard skin bag of fucking triangle.
I'm not sure that's a picture of.
Here are a few
nice muscle up.
indicators.
Very nice muscle up.
Is anyone else's joints hurt? Or is it just me? Fuck you! Shit's a booby trap, dude. Dick skin. Strong man. Ever wondered what you look like with your whole body covered in the skin that's used to cover your dick? Well, look no further than the 35-year-old Jewish head who's always at the gym somehow, no matter what time you go.
You get veiny.
I'll tell you what, You don't get full body bonus skin from cardio and clean eating. And if you want
You
to
get
look like a
veiny.
squeezed nutsack, then you gotta hit the juice.
Oh.
Because the juice
I mean, that's
is
excessive.
Worth the squeeze. Strong man. Dude, this strongman shit's fucking easy, dude. I ain't even fucking fat. I can do this shit, I ain't even fucking fat yet. Okay, come on. Don't be shy. Don't be shy, baby. Come on, veins right
What
there.
the fuck?
Even a natty can be vascular if they're lean enough. But it's not about how many veins you have. It's about how thick and disgusting they look to a civilian. Oh, check this out. I had some practice doing that. The goal of steroids is for people to look at you and dry heave out of admiration. Because you're sick and you are physically ill. And mentally ill too, probably, if we're being honest. But no matter, who needs brains when you've got veins? So if you want to know who's on juice, look for the guy whose veins look like a vacuum-sealed ball of roots. 3D delts. Delts are derived from the word delta, which is what airplanes call a triangle. And delts are called
That was popping.
deltoids. Shoulders are called deltoids.
Bro, why are you wearing
aka
fucking
delts,
wraps for
because they're
fucking
shaped like a triangle.
laterals though?
Is that true? Could be. I don't know if it's not true. So it must be true. Now that's the theory of Pascal's triangle. Also not true. Now this right here is the shape of a natural delta.
Coincidentally,
A
he looks
simple
natural,
triangle.
this guy.
And this is the shape of a delta on juice. Now, what does this shape and a juice head have in common? Neither exist in nature, as is demonstrated by this trend diagram. What was over here? The more you know. Only wears gym clothes. When a guy on steroids tries to wear regular clothes, he looks like a juice head going undercover as a regular human. Good evening, fellow slobs. Boy, I sure do love chicken nuggets and complaining about the gym. Like Superman disguised as Clark Kent. But instead of a superhero trying to blend into normal society, you really are just a needlessly jacked desk jockey who thinks he's a Superman. So if you're looking
It's
for the dude
Milton
on
or whatever his
steroids,
name
look for
is.
the grown-ass man who dresses like a kid in gym class, who hasn't washed his clothes all semester. Whoa. Didn't see you there, big guy. Startled me. You look good. Thanks, dude. You too. No social life. Now, getting jacked and not partying is like buying a tuxedo but skipping prom to stay home and beat off. Now, what's the point of spending all that time and effort looking like a freak beast only to keep that shit in a cage? And when a gym bro says, nah, I don't drink, it's not healthy, what he's really saying is it's not healthy to add even one more drink to this liver already overloaded with expired D-ball. And unfortunately, steroids cannot grow your personality. However, they do make steroids for your personality. It's called cocaine. But you wouldn't know that because you don't have a social life. Because you don't have a personality. Because you don't do cocaine.
Right.
Because you don't have a social life. And so on. So you are SOL. But don't worry, because you are also SWOL. If you don't mind, I'm gonna do this whole river of gatorbacks here, dude. This is like the fucking Amazon River here, and these are gators swimming in it, and I'm gonna do it all. This is chalk though. This is chalk. No,
This kid is pretty funny, bro.
Upload, we're gonna fuck this dude's life up. Gonna fuck your life up, you fucking pussy. Oh, what's up? Upload a YouTube video calling them out for being on steroids and say they're a fake natty. If they respond and deny it, then they're being defensive and acting out of roid rage. If they don't respond, then they're hiding and clearly guilty. Either way, you get something even better than steroids. Clout. Clout is like steroids for your ego. And just like steroids, you need it to be someone. And when you no longer have it, you are no one. Saying they're natural in their Instagram profile. Now, if they say they're lifetime natty, that means they've been taking steroids so long that being on juice is their natural way of life. 4 times natural bodybuilding champion means you've been natural just 4 times in your life. The more natty you say you are, the less
there's still
natty
such a
you
stigma.
actually are. It's like cheating on your girl. The more times you have to swear you're not cheating is directly correlated to the amount of Tinder pinning you're doing. Lastly, and most importantly, a surefire way to tell if someone's on steroids is if they're bigger than you. Also like cheating on your girl, except you are the girl in this situation. You see, the more insecure you are,
Look at that fucking
the more
bar,
you're gonna be
bro.
convinced someone
What's
is
up
cheating,
with that?
even if they're not, even though they are.
I don't know about all these powerlifting and chains and all this.
Ramps to Jesus. Loop that? Can you loop that? Make it look like it did like 30 maybe? Please subscribe to my YouTube
Tea and
channel.
smokes, oh my
New
god,
videos
TTF
every
34.
purchase at downmerch.com
Another
will
more
help
tea
ensure
and
I can continue
smokes.
to make
Oh
YouTube
my
videos
god.
extremely infrequently
Okay.
and still have a job,
We'll do
which
one
is
more
doing-
tea and one more smoke. We will do one more tea and one more smoke. I can arrange this. It is Friday, you're right. Right, everybody. Is the camera on? Did I reset the camera? So tell me I did. Oh, hang on. Hang on. Itchy nose. I didn't reset it. Oh my god. The camera's been on the whole time. It actually hadn't been on the whole time. This camera had. Oh. Right. Okay. You absolute savages. I'll make a tea and I'll be back. And we'll watch some... I don't know. We'll watch something else. I shall return.
Player 1, start.
Ring up, super gun shooter. No boy can this we hope there's a light. Free, down, 피크레르 마이가 big. Oh please, 사다카이바 pistol. Send, shot, 비키는 gun, crop. 마시다를 유라세다 이치와 danceable. Rock, yo, party, moving, 아사마레 grooving, 싹다 shooting. We're gonna shoot, 세메나쿠, 야스와구, 아로반 stop that school run. We're gonna shoot, 세메나쿠, 야스와구, 아로반 stop that school run. Clack, hem, bash, crash. Clack, hem, bash, crash.
Player 2, start.
Hey, 神の水を知る祈りなしっかり臨界心と心きっとリキリ開くキュラー生き残るために握るトリガーセットアップしてフルメタルジャケットテンポアップしてテンターだラウンド2新しい世界へブランドニューワンとシュート2班シューター新鉄してミス3温度切り替え祭日水訓導運動外じゃないが外地が流れる白い旗上げても止まらないでポン火山加速するまだ Can't get any harder この体バラバラなんでこれからだ Let's continue the まだまだ
Player 3, start.
ほらスタートでいこう奴は遠くにパブリックエネミー心の目や不安の煙に流れつまずはファブリー今現在にオフランわがままだけのプラン頭の中に浮かんだフリスビー届かず信念プランサイレンなり響く頭の中で誰もが待っていたぜ希望君がヒーローまたるために伝ってたてを立てたて捉える録音避けること逆らって
Player 4, start.
Yo, supply no gun that, ここのハンター Continue that, スキュアダだお前の番だ S4F, yes, チェックとデスセス僕ポット突っ立ってればサドンですナイスアタック、ナイスディフェンス必要なのはそうサバイバルのセンスよ生きろ生きろ Here we go, here we go アイスコメイクでお前がヒーロー
Player 5, start.
Alright. I've returned. I've returned. I'm still wearing the cape, as promised. I'm still wearing the stuff. I'm still doing the stuff. Yeah, I'm still doing all the stuff. I don't like that. Alright. Do you know what we're finished with? Do you know what we're going to finish with? There's a bunch of Hate Army videos. This will be good. I've not watched this one yet. I've watched the others. Why the fuck is there a video? This is the expired bread's doing. Oh, I've got to skip. I've got to skip Carlo's song. I'm sorry, Carlo. I've got to skip your song. I'm so sorry. We've got to finish with a rage segment. I don't think you did come back just in time, Bread. Look.
Really, I only have one thing to talk about today. A news story that really has to do with kind of a train of thought that's been going on social media over the last couple of days regarding game development.
Mate.
And the criticism of game development. Which definitely I'm part of. As you know, being a content creator for 14 years.
Content creator.
I've been more vocal voices when it comes to criticizing game developers and the games that they put out.
All delusions of grandeur already, thinking that he's so much more important than he is. He's a critic of the games, blah, 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 blah. He should have done Juzzy, yeah, just for to squeeze that extra bit of cash out.
When a game is great, I'll absolutely tell you what I think. But man, when a game is bad, as you know, I don't pull the punches. I tell it like it is. Recently, this has actually come out in my playthrough and criticisms of Elden Ring, where I'm criticizing the game for things that I feel are big shortcomings, but all reviewers seem to have completely ignored, glossed over, or let's be honest, never got to because they didn't beat the game before they reviewed it.
Of course, as usual, he's better than everybody else. All the reviewers and everybody else is a shill. They didn't review the game properly, or they're not good enough to get there. By the way, this geezer ain't beat this game yet. Let's get that straight. He hasn't beaten this game yet. He's talking all this shit and looking like he is now. He hasn't beaten the game. Doesn't matter how much I've done of it. And I've played other games too. But I'm just saying, he hasn't even beaten it yet.
Okay, so it's funny that there is this actual line of discussion in social media right now about how far is too far when you're criticizing a game developer with all of the recent stories in the last couple of years of crunch.
Oh my god, the actual snorting is making me want to punch his face in right now. There's so much of it right now.
And essentially, these developers going through hell to get a game out, right? And how somehow those practices have become like commonplace in the industry. This isn't like, oh, it's the exception to the rule when you hear a story that a game developer had 10 months of crunch, working overtime unpaid, bending over backwards to get a game to be functional and be able to be released, right? But then the game comes out and people slam it, right? So we're going to talk a little bit about that on today's pre-stream podcast because I feel like I have a lot to say about it considering, again, I've been one of the more vocal people. I'm fully aware.
Yeah, you're so important, bro.
15 years as a content creator. I'm one of the people who, when I'm playing a game, I will scream obscenities and yell at game developers and say things like, wow, this sucks, this is bad, bad game design, this is lazy, this is this is that, right?
That's just because you're a piece of shit.
And I almost feel like the whole discussion on social media in some ways is geared towards.
But to the extent that he does it, Juzzy, it's just because he's a piece of shit. We all get angry and just like swear and then like get over it. He viscerally, like, constantly is the whole thing of just accepting that you fucked up a little bit in the game and not being embarrassed by it, versus what he does, where his fucking ego means he has to make up excuses for why he's dying and why it's not his fault and why it's a shortcoming of the game and why it's actually never his fault. He can't be seen to like die loads or fuck up loads. It's never his fault.
It's like aiming at me. So I want to talk about that today on the pre-stream podcast.
300
okay?
bots.
And I feel like I can add to this story a bit because
Do you reckon he uses bots?
I'm one of the people who I definitely feel like over the years I've changed, first of all, as a person, okay? Back in the day,
The snorts are actually... Is it just me or are the snorts insane today?
as a content creator, when I used to play games for exclusively
You think he uses bots?
for YouTube, I wasn't doing live streaming or anything like that. I basically had a different attitude towards games than I do today. Back then, it was more like, well, I don't really take this seriously. I'm fucking around. I'm playing a game. I'm having a good time. But I'm basically joking and dicking around constantly. I know I'm not a good player at 99% of the games that I play. So allow me to flub my way through every game because somehow I managed to beat them all, surprisingly. Like, all the games I was playing for YouTube, I beat, even though I wasn't very good.
It's because the chat literally drag you through them.
And I frequently was, hilarious deaths and epic fails and things like that. But as I played these games back in the day, and I made my...
And he can so easily buy a mic or set up a hotkey or set up something to just mute the thing, do his snorting every now and then.
My playthroughs for YouTube, yes, I was frequently known.
I'm only 3 minutes in. This video's too long, bro.
Guy who would rip the game a new asshole.
Why did I start this?
So the game developers, I would say they suck. They made mistakes. This game is unfinished. This game is broken. This game is buggy. This game is shitty. This game is not fun. And I was infamously known for my rants during my
Wake me up in 20 minutes. Wake me up. You lot watch this because he's so fucking awful. You lot watch it and wake me up in 20 minutes.
And I would say every insult in the book, right? I today can look back at the old content that I used to put out 10 years ago. And I can say, all right, 10 years ago, in context, that content made sense. It was funny. I don't think that kind of content today is funny anymore.
Why are we talking about this?
Like someone who's just over the top, being overreacting to everything and being negative and screaming and raging at everything. I don't think that that's like something that even makes sense in the modern era. Today, everything is different, right? Today...
Well, some people do things like that, don't they? It just depends if they're entertaining or not. He's not entertaining.
We're all woke. We know how everything works. We understand the game development cycle. We understand all the hell
everything
that
about him.
Developers
Broken mailman.
When making games, we hear horror stories about this all the time in the games industry.
Everything about him.
Crunch and mistreatment of employees, underpayment of employees, employees getting laid off as soon as the project is
The level of arrogance.
It's a very different situation because back then no one knew or cared about that shit. All we cared about was we spent money on a game. If the game's annoying or sucks, rage about it, right? And there were a million content creators who were doing that kind of content. I mean, shit, I would even say they all started with the Angry Video Game Nerd. He was the one who in the mid-2000s, way before anybody else, was putting out videos reviewing old games and talking about how shitty they were. And that spilled over to thousands of other content creators who decided to then become these kind of angry reviewers. And that's
again, constant history lesson.
Who became Let's Players, okay? I definitely was one of them. I mean, I was inspired by the AVGN. I've said this many times over the years that he inspired me to
The
try
literal
to make my own
fluff.
content. Now, did I feel what I was doing back then was AVGN-esque content? No. I wasn't doing structured reviews with skits and things in it. I wasn't doing classic games. I was playing new games and essentially doing live playthroughs of them, as I called them. I didn't call them Let's Plays. I called them live playthroughs. And yes, was there angry reactions to the things going on in the game? Yes. But was I over the top trying to be like AVGN? No. I was trying to break out and be my own guy. All right? But again, I can look back.
He was an AVGN
10,
ripoff.
12, 14 years, and I can look at that, and I can identify that those first 4 or 5 years that I was a content creator, that was the style that I had. I was known.
I mean, he's
for that.
just
The guy
so
got the
boring,
game
isn't
right
he?
Away, played through it right away, and
Brad
raged at
loves
it
him,
most of
look.
the time. That was me. That was.
I can see why you love him, Brad. I mean, look at that face.
Still, I was no.
That is the face you want looking up at you, isn't it?
Known for that. Okay. Now, today in the modern era of game development and everything, and the kind of playthroughs that I do today, all right, I try to be way more balanced and fair and metered with my judgments and criticisms of a game.
I mean, look how handsome he is.
When I play a game, I'm not overly going over the top and actively trying to be extreme.
Bro, when he plays games, he makes the stupidest sounds. And I don't, like, it's always over the top and he leans in. He does the fucking most ridiculous noises when he's playing a game. When I'm playing it, if something surprises me, I go, oh, fuck. I basically just swear normally. That's my being genuinely surprised in a game, just going, or fuck, or something like that. That's as bad as it gets. I might raise my voice a little bit if it's something that shocks me. He does these ridiculous clown noises, bro. He does these stupid fucking noises.
To get a reaction out of you guys. Since I became a full-time streamer in 2017 and ever since the last 5 years, I've aspired to be me, to be truthful to me. If something is pissing me off, I will tell you. If something is entertaining to me, I will tell you.
Or you do clown noises.
Okay?
Or you're
I want you all to know that, all right? So, I kind of pride myself on being the transparent and truthful content creator and gamer out there.
All this thing where he goes on these things about how he's honest and he's truthful and all this fucking stuff, bro. Like, what is he talking about? These fucking mad rants, bro. He's honest and truthful. When he knows we see his bank details.
I'm not a paid shill that's going to kiss a game's ass because I'm getting sponsorship money. On the same front, I'm not going to slam a game and be overly negative to get the over-the-top kind of reaction because negativity and toxicity sells on YouTube. When you come and you watch me play a game, you know you're getting my genuine opinion at that moment about what's going on in the game. And you also know that even though I may have a reaction that seems over the top in the heat of the moment, later on I will cool my jets and I will have a more fair and balanced and mature opinion of what the game is, especially near the end when we beat the game and the credits roll. Usually I could give you my pros, my cons, and let me know overall exactly what I thought about the game in a more structured way.
The arrogance. The arrogance. He actually thinks he's like a game critic. Like, I've been playing fucking computer video games since I was like fucking 2 years old. Yeah? I don't ever sit here and say I'm a fucking expert. I just say, yeah, I've played loads of them. I don't sit here and be like, oh, I can tell you exactly about this and my pros and my cons. If it's a game I've played, I'll talk about it and I say whether I thought it was good or not. I say that I liked a game or I try games that people tell me to try. The way he talks about this, it's like he's trying to sell himself, like these are his credentials, like he's talking to a prospective boss. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
It's fucking pathetic.
So that being said, all right, there is a discussion that has erupted in social media in the last 24 to 48 hours about how people are reacting to game developers and game development in general. All right?
Yeah, Serenic. Yeah, someone linked
what's
it.
What's going on is thus.
Pretty funny. Oh, it is as thus. Yeah, great. The new catchphrase. It says thus. The truth of the matter.
Are saying now that it seems like people who are content creators in general and or just common gamers are being very unfair to game developers. Follow this line of reasoning. Because they're looking at games and they're basically saying things such as, wow, that's lazy game development. Wow, that's bad game development, or that's a bad game. And what they don't realize is the journey
True
that those
world
game
gone
developers
grey,
go
dude.
through, the stress, the incredible amount of pressure and hard work and dedication that they put into the game, but that they're facing all these negative things on their shoulders. Crunch, time constraints, get it done, right? And I guess what it is, a lot of people...
Well, both things are probably true, aren't they? If you're a regular person working at one of these big studios, churning out the next Battlefield or the next Call of Duty that maybe isn't going to be that great, both things are probably true. They want you to get it out, but you put your heart into the game, whether it's top shelf or not, and then people are going to shit on it anyway, even though it's not you specifically, this giant corporation and shareholders, and there's so much money invested now. So both are probably true to an extent with some of these games now.
People are like, man, I hate it when people say that game developers are lazy. All right? And there's this big discussion about that term, lazy.
He says this all the time.
And I have a lot to say about this. Okay?
Oh, good.
I do. I have a lot to say about this. All right?
You have a lot to say about everything, you fucking airheaded cunt. It doesn't mean anything you say is of value. Yeah? It doesn't mean we're going to be able to take anything from this and find value in it. Yeah? Just because you can talk, don't mean it means anything.
All right? Because
D Trashman, how you doing?
And absolutely, I do feel like
he does know lazy. That's very true.
Times are changing, okay? And the era of the angry reviewer, the angry gamer, the angry let's player, that's gone. That's a bygone era. That was a decade ago. Everyone today wants...
Oh, yeah, he has his finger on the pulse, bro. The zeitgeist.
Honesty, wants transparency, wants truthfulness, and is actually looking for valid experiences with a game. You're not looking for someone to just go over the top crazy. If you are, I mean, there's definitely an audience for that still.
Constant.
It's just not what it used to be. In the modern era, now that we have more education about how the game development system works, do you just want to sit here and slam every fucking game that you possibly play, right? I mean, it's fun.
I'm glad you called it a cloak, D Trashman.
Right? Of course, if there's a game that's terrible.
It is definitely a cloak and not a towel. Anyone that says this is a towel will be banned. The moderation staff will come down on you like a fucking ton of bricks, bruv. Just saying.
Even yell at it and say, wow, this game sucks. Let's look at Cyberpunk. Man. Cyberpunk 2077 was such a disappointment to me. It was a joke. And not even for the reasons that other people didn't like it. Seriously, I just thought the game was shit on its own merits, not even the bugs.
Right, Riohan gifted subs, I can't.
But I guess what's happening
Riohan gifted subs, he's got me by the balls, I'm sorry.
That sadly,
he's swinging his dick and just pissed in my face, bruv. He's taking absolute piss out of me.
Game developers are already
He's using his position of authority to laugh at me.
Through hell. A lot of them.
Even though he knows it's a cloak.
Jobs. We're getting all these stories recently. Activision Blizzard facing lawsuits, facing reshuffling, facing all these issues because their employees have been mistreated for so long. Sexism, sexual harassment, crunch, being underpaid, all these issues, right? Game development studios that we thought were like poster children for what game development should be. Like CD Projekt Red, come to find out, it's all bullshit. They're just like everyone else. They force crunch, their game development cycle sucks, their management sucks, and the employees are mistreated, right? So you hear all these things behind the scenes. Maybe Cyberpunk 2077 sucked, not because the game developers were hacks, but because the management of the company are a bunch of fucking idiotic assholes who got lucky with Witcher 3 and actually didn't know how to make a good game.
One eye, his eyes are like facing different directions, by the way. Check out the eyes on that. What's he looking at? What's he looking at? Artie Spanky, Serrani. That's the bro, look at that. I'm probably drunk. Lazy eye arc coming. Lazy eye arc. Can you imagine that? He has to come on the stream and start talking about he might have to get surgery for my lazy eye. Sometimes my eye, where I turn to the side. He wouldn't admit that unless he really had to. He would never admit something like that unless he really had to.
I'm just saying. So when you look at...
Did you see him do his little neck thing? the back pain arc. Look, did you see him do his little neck thing? Check him out doing his little neck thing, bro.
Who got lucky with Witcher 3 and actually
bugging
know
out
how to make a good game.
What's the neck
I'm
thing?
just saying. So when you look at the game and you say, wow, that's a...
He's obviously got a fucked up spine from sitting in this awful chair in this spunk-filled office for years and years, yeah? He's got fucking scoliosis. His spinal column is twisted.
lazy game development, right? I guess, you know, you could say that and mean it because you're actively responding to something you see in the game.
Probably.
But at the
It's
same
even
time,
more
you then
twisted
feel
now.
guilt because you know
Hopefully.
behind the scenes what's actually going on in-house with those game developers, right? Like, they're not having a good time making that game.
The
game we're
love
about to play
seat
today,
made it worse.
Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. Apparently...
Sweat and
this
gin
is
in there.
rumor. I don't know if this is fully
The sweat I
corroborated or
get.
not. The rumor is this game went
Just
to development
like
hell.
not sweat.
This game had insane...
It smells like, I reckon it smells like stale sweat. It smells like if you go in a room in a gym where they're always doing like aerobics or something like that, where the sweat's just in the walls, but because it's a small room and it's just got him in there, just fucking sweating all day in the summer, just the walls, everything, just that stale like DSP arse crack sweat. Do you know what I mean? That's what it's gonna smell like. Stale DSP arse crack and cat hairs. That's what it smells like in that office. All the cat hairs on the floor, around the fucking console and that. All like around the fucking TV stand where he never hoovers. Everything. Jasper. Everything, bruv. Imagine it. Imagine it.
insane amounts of crunch.
Imagine
and
it.
people who worked on the game who got interviewed who were like, well, I'm glad that it's out and it's good and people like it, but my God, it was like living in hell for years trying to make this fucking thing. So now, I'm going to play this game, and in the back of my mind the entire time, as I'm playing it, I'm going to think, wow, if there's a bug or there's an issue, should I really rage about it? You know? Because I know that the people who made the game were basically mistreated and didn't have a good time.
Did he sip
making
as well?
it, you know?
Did he sip as well? I wasn't even paying attention.
And I'm gonna let you judge for yourself, but I'm gonna give you my take on this. All right. So currently, one of the major games that
Oh, here we go. Strap in for this take.
I'm almost at this point. Jesus, I'm about 90 hours into it, and we still got about 1/3 of the game left.
How does he know? How does he always know? He never spoils himself, yet he always seems to know what's coming up. He always seems to know roughly how far he is, roughly how much he's got left, rough routes and things, yet he doesn't spoil himself. He doesn't spoil himself. Of course he doesn't. He doesn't use guides. That's slander. You're pieces of shit. You're pieces of shit. You're stupid, brain-dead fucking idiots, just like he says.
Okay, we still have basically the final third of the game, which is supposed to be the most challenging part of the game, coming up. Okay.
How does he know that? How does he know that? How does he know it's supposed to be the most challenging part of the game? Because if he's not spoiling himself, when I got there, when we first got into the fucking giant area, the frost areas, I went riding into the first area, tried having a fucking row with the first enemies and went, oh my God, everything here is really tough. And you're surprised by the step up. It's like a noticeable step up. You go, fuck, this is hard. We're only roasting one streamer, who this guy.
90 hours in. My opinion on this game has changed dramatically over the course of playing.
Oh, God.
Okay? I started off, it was like a feeling of wonderment, but also being overwhelmed and confused. Because the game throws so much stuff at you.
It's not confusing at all. It's not confusing at all. It's confusing if you ain't ever played their games, because all their games are confusing because of the item descriptions and all that sort of fucking stuff. For someone like him, who's played all their games, it's not fucking confusing at all. It's confusing if you ain't never played a From Software game because of how vague they make everything. If you've played their games, it's completely understandable. It's even a little bit easier because, like I said earlier, some of the actual quests now It's only a little bit, but in some of the item descriptions, it will actually tell you where you have to go. Or the NPC will actually say, go here. Like, that used to happen a little bit in the other ones, but they're even a little bit clearer as to where you're supposed to be going or what you're doing. And as far as making a character and all that shit, it's exactly the same as all their other games. The new additions, being able to jump, having a horse, all happen really fluidly.
Right? So much stuff at you.
Yeah, exactly. The Sights of Grace that was so confusing because they totally don't look like the bonfires.
That you can't really tell what you're supposed to be doing. And the game does a very piss poor job of directing you towards the meaningful stuff you should be doing in any particular order.
Do you know how obvious it is where the meaningful things are? Do you know how obvious it was when I was playing the game that when I first started, the first meaningful place was going to be the giant golden castle on the hill, Stormvale Castle? And then as you come through into Liurnia of the Lakes and you look around, you go, and you see this giant magic academy on this cliff hacked out of this fucking rock, towering over everything, and you go, oh, something important there. And then you go to Caelid, and off in the corner you see this other massive castle out on its own, across from this giant beach, and you go, oh yeah, well, that looks important. Or maybe you've got the capital city with all these ringed things coming out from the Erd tree itself. It's really not hard to work out where the important locations are in the game. And I'm not doing this just to be on the fucking, be a fucking fanboy. He's just chatting shit. If he said they reused bosses, I'd go, yeah, some of the bosses they did reuse a lot, unfortunately.
Is one thing, but when you throw such an open world at a gamer who doesn't necessarily understand even all the systems you're throwing at them, you're basically
what systems? What systems didn't he understand? What systems doesn't he understand? What, there's a crouch and a jump now? Is it that hard for him to work out? There's a horse. How do I fire the gun?
That's way too daunting and maybe way too much to take in. Like, it's hilarious because people have said that Elden Ring is the most accessible Soulsborne game. I say it's the most inaccessible.
Well, he's talking absolute shit because my mate Lewis, who's never played one of their games, got it and beat it. Went through the game, smashed it, learnt it, smashed it. Because it was open world, he could go and do other stuff. He didn't have to get like fucking annoyed fighting one boss where he couldn't progress. He was able to go off, level up, get other weapons, and he beat the game.
Because
never beat one of their games before.
You need to have...
It is fucking hard, don't get me wrong, but it's very accessible for a newcomer.
Prerequisite knowledge of all the systems of the game to really get it, or else you're going to be wandering around not knowing what the fuck you're doing, where the fuck you're going, or why you're even playing.
That happens in all of their games. You have to learn the way their games work at some point.
You'll just be
and this one is one of the best ones to start with.
Lost endlessly until you use a guide or someone tells you how to play it. You see?
You really won't. You really won't.
Now...
It's really obvious. The big buildings are really important stuff. It's really obvious.
Bob Paris.
It's really fucking obvious.
A superb athlete and a very charming...
Thanks for the follow, D. Trashman. That's nice of you, bro.
And he's getting the crowd going again.
I started off with that mentality. Then I started to get to the legacy dungeons of the game. And now my opinion started to get better because I'm like, wow, these legacy dungeons are good. They're well designed. They're interesting. You can tell
jump
that they put a lot
jump
of
and attack
effort and attention into the legacy style dungeons. It feels like you're playing Dark Souls 4 when you're playing the legacy dungeons. And this
hot take.
This is where the game shines, okay? I love all the legacy dungeons of Elden Ring. Then you get back to open world parts again. And you're like, oh shit, here we go again. Because what ends up happening in Elden Ring is if you seek out all the content the game has to offer, which, by the way, a lot of the most interesting content is hidden legacy dungeons, hidden secret areas. You want to do them because it's some of the best part of the game. But if you do all the content, undoubtedly what happens is you get over-leveled. Then you go back to the main...
Right, this thing of over-leveling isn't a thing. This thing of over-leveling, the shit that he's talking, isn't a thing. You can be really powerful early on. I could have gone to like Lanedale and some of the other areas way earlier than I did. It's not about over-leveling. You still, if you know how to build your character, you can be powerful early on anyway. It's the fact that some enemies are always going to fuck your shit up. That's the way it works. It's not about how tough you are versus one specific enemy versus the soldiers in Lanedale versus the soldiers in the fucking plains. It's the way they put certain enemies together, certain really tough enemies that still fuck your day up. He's just talking complete bollocks again, bruv.
In story areas.
Yeah, why he overleveled? Because he spent fucking ages dawdling because he's so fucking trash because he's died nearly 600 times.
And you're too high level for them and you steamroll them. And then they're not as enjoyable anymore because it didn't really feel like it was a challenge to do the main stuff. You see what I'm saying? Another major issue that I found...
He always gets destroyed in these games, amazingly.
...with the game, alright, is balance. It doesn't seem the game is balanced at all. You'll be in one area.
He could be, D. Trashman.
Okay? And you'll find a dungeon.
800.
Oh, it's challenging. It's very fun.
It depends how long he takes on, like... If he's gonna do Millennia and then what else? Moog is pretty tough, and he's gonna keep trying not to use any of the summons. Then he'd probably get to 800 easy.
It's interesting. There's a boss
unless he respecs to fighter.
At the end of the dungeon that's unique and cool and fun.
Or he's gonna have to keep spamming and hope you don't pull a special attack.
Oh, I feel good. A feeling of accomplishment. I memorized the pattern. I overcame. Here's your reward, 100,000 rooms.
I'm not even halfway through this video.
That's a good
Oh my
bounty.
god!
I'm gonna get a level. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. Right?
This is so not good.
Then you go back to the main story, which is right in the same area as the dungeon you just completed, and you one-hit every enemy. Boop, 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 dead, 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 dead. You fight the boss at the end of that area. You 5-hit him. Done. Dead. And you get a reward of 100,000 runes. The same reward you just got for fighting the way harder boss.
That doesn't happen
in the other dungeon. How does that make sense?
It doesn't happen.
It just doesn't. It's not even justifiable.
I'm going through on Journey 3 and all the low level areas, all Limgrave, where I'm fucking trashing all the bosses, and to be fair, I'm trashing most of them still. I'm not getting hundreds of thousands. Even on Journey 3, you're still getting only 10,000, 15,000. He's talking absolute shit. Fact.
The game undoubtedly is not balanced and is a victim of its own amount of content.
I'm not saying I'm not saying it's perfectly balanced or anything like that. Their games are always OP and people have mad characters. That's always been the way. I'm just saying he's chatting shit.
The game that reuses assets so much that if you do all the content of the game, you will get bored because you've seen the same boss 7 times.
Some enemies definitely get reused too much. That's a fact. But there's also a fuck ton of enemy types. And I said this to Juzzy. There's some enemies they barely use. Like, there's some quite unique bosses and stuff that you see, like, once or twice. And then there's some that they use, like, 7 times.
You've fought the same enemy 400 times. Everywhere you go, another one of these repetitive, grindy, optional dungeons that you'll get through it, and at the end, there's a boss you already killed 10 times. He's here again, and then you get a fucking talisman you'll never use. You shove it up your ass. That's Elden Ring. And then, all of a sudden, oh, there's a cool legacy dungeon, right? So, not that this is going to be a major review of Elden Ring, but I associate the whole line of discussion
his major review
about criticizing game development with the game I'm currently playing. There's been many times that I've been playing Elden Ring, and I've criticized the game. I said, the camera is still messed up like every From Software game, all right?
This geezer, when he backs himself into the corner, instead of being punished for his stupidity, he wants the camera to go into the wall and the wall to become transparent so he can see himself in the corner.
The hitboxes are still wonky like every From Software game, okay?
Yeah, because he locks on with a giant weapon and then wonders why he can't hit the big fucking thing that's like hanging over him because he's not trying to run around and hack at the legs. He's trying to like just lock on and aim for the face.
And in addition, this game just has a whole new slew of problems. The open world gets boring and way too repetitive. The fact that the enemies and bosses are reused so much, it's lazy game development. There's no excuse for it to have old issues that were never repaired. Even though they had opportunity to do it in a new franchise, they left the old lingering issues. They reused so many assets from the previous FromSoft games that it definitely feels like recycled content. And they reused the same enemies and bosses so many.
Bro, imagine making a game that big and cramming it with all this stuff, whether stuff is unfinished and reused or not, and that's what this geezer's focusing on. He ain't even finished it yet. Like, there's so much shit in the game. I'm good at those games, and I fucking hammered it to death, and it took me over 100 hours. And I'm obviously a bit biased, but it ain't that boring. For all the shit people talk about it, most of you fucking went out and bought it and played it and beat it. And played it quite a lot and beat it.
Many times, it feels lazy.
How can this geezer call anything lazy, to be honest? I wouldn't mind. He can't call anything lazy, can he?
Okay? Now, I want you to understand something. When I say that, I am not trying to directly attack a game developer who worked on Elden Ring.
I mean, it is like, it's not that it's not lazy. It's still like, it is annoying, like I said, because they have reused some stuff a lot. And I felt like there was other things they could have either used or changed or added, but it's so big and ambitious, and they put so much fucking stuff in it, you can kind of overlook a lot of it. But like, and they are kind of notorious for doing things like that, or things being a little bit janky, and this is kind of like, I don't know, they really seemingly, I thought, made fucking more effort with this one versus some of the other ones. But according to this geezer,
I'm not looking at the guy who sat there at his desk or the woman who sat there at her desk for fucking 5 straight years, crunching, grinding, programming, designing, working. Gotta make this element work. Gotta do this.
so whose fault is it? Because a lot of those people work as a team. What if they collectively decided as a team, these are the hitboxes, this is the thing that we want, these are the assets we want to use, these are the things we're going to reuse?
It's gotta do this.
Is it going to be some nameless, faceless manager who's a fucking stupid piece of shit?
Oh my God, there's a time constraint. Sweat pouring down. Oh my God, I'm gonna get fired. I'm gonna get laid off. We gotta do a good job. We gotta do that. I appreciate the work they did. I love the fact that these people have passion and that these people did a good job. No one is gonna look at Elden Ring and say, wow, what a piece of shit. What a fucking stinky dog turd that game is. You can't objectively do that. You just can't. You look at the game and you say, wow, that's a game with an insane amount of content, right? Pretty good graphics. Is it the best graphics? No, but pretty good graphics, an interesting world, interesting gameplay mechanics. It's a daunting game. No one's going to look at that game and say, wow, they really fucking just cut corners on that piece of dog shit.
Well, you just did. That's what he just said, wasn't it? Didn't he just say it was lazy? It's the same things left in from game after game. He just said that.
Yeah, you can't. You'd be an asshole. You'd be.
He just said that. That's what he just did.
A really. That's the shock factor content creator. That's the person who literally isn't out to make something valid, to educate.
He
That's
just
someone
did
who's
that,
just
right?
An asshole looking to get clickbait, and they think that they're going to get clickbait views on their content by saying shit like that, and that they're going to make money. Okay, that's ridiculous. Okay, the bottom line is a lot of the issues that you look at a game of Elden Ring are issues that are present in every game. Every video game reuses a lot of enemies, right? Every video game has issues with the camera or issues with this or that.
Well, no, not all of them.
Nitpicking, right? Overall, I think we can all collectively agree that Elden Ring is a pretty good game. Even if you don't like that style of game, you can look at it and say, wow, a game that has that much content.
Well, people might not have played it, so how would they know?
You know, that interesting world design and everything. Obviously, the game there's something to it. Even if it's not your cup of tea, you got to agree there's something to it. Listen, I don't like Fortnite, but even I agree there's something to it. It wouldn't have the validity that it had, wouldn't have the insane popularity that it had if there wasn't something there that was gaming goodness.
Big ups Fortnite.
All right.
No building.
Now, the reason I'm bringing this up is I think what's happening is thus, okay?
Is thus.
Game developers are under these crazy constraints. They're under this crazy pressure. And now, finally, their plight is being made public, which, admittedly, I'm happy this is happening. We want to know what's going on with game development because a lot of the times we as gamers don't know. We're the consumer. We're paying into this industry, right? We're the ones who make this possible. We want to know what issues are going on because we're basically funding them, right? Do you really want to buy games from Activision Blizzard when the fucking CEO...
The Zoom is
actually
killing
let all
you. I
that
mean, it's
abuse
killing
happen
me
under
too.
him, and he's the one who's
killing
going out of
me.
this company with the golden parachute. Your money that you spent on Activision Blizzard games are going to let this guy be rich for the rest of his life, despite the fact he let so many people be mistreated and abused under his watch, because he's basically a scumbag. Okay? Is that okay with you? It's not okay with me. I'm not happy about that, and I want to know about that, because I don't want to continuously spend my money on this kind of cycle. All right? So it's good to know that these industry issues exist, and I feel like we need to change them. You know?
Oh, yeah?
As gamers, we should demand that the developers
What's
who make
he
the great
gonna
games
do?
that we play get a fair shake. They get treated like humans, and, you know,
I don't know what it is, Fat Greg. I don't know what his facial hair is. I don't know what this facial hair is right here.
care that there's
Look at the patches where it's like grey and there's different. There's like loss of coloration, and some of it where it's actually just patchy, completely bald.
not a new fucking Assassin's Creed game every year. Wait 3-4 years and pump out a good one, and let the game developers have a reasonable development cycle and a life. Seriously, this is bullshit. I'm really pissed that this industry has somehow collectively agreed that it's okay to abuse the game developers. How do we get here? How do we get from...
What? He literally all the time sits on stream slagging off developers of a game. He does it all the time. Whether it's a joke or not, or, you know, whatever.
The game development cycle was lazy to, oh fuck, actually in reality, these game developers have been completely misused by the industry forever. And this is the thing, now it's coming to light, this has always been a part of game development. That game developers always have been mistreated, always had crunch, always were underpaid, always were basically really just treated badly. And now, finally we got these companies coming together and saying, we need to have unions. Yes, you do. If you're being collectively
Absolutely
mistreated by
zero.
the entire industry, you need to have unions to stand up for your rights.
Zero.
It's that simple. It has to happen. You can't just say it's part of this toxic game development culture and we just accept it. No, you don't accept bad things. You got to work to change them. You got to band together. You got to be collectively strong and stick up for each other and do whatever you can to stop that. Really. And there's enough Bobby fucking Kotick's out there. We don't need more of that. We need more impassioned and well-treated and rewarded game developers who care about the content they're putting out, because that's how we get good games. Bobby Kotick is not the reason that there's good games coming out from Activision Blizzard. It's the people who make the fucking games that are the reason that good games come out under Activision Blizzard. Seriously, we don't need Bobby Kotick. You could literally throw him into a pile of trash today, never let him back into the Activision Blizzard building, and
They need the passion DSB has.
Okay? So, enough of this bullshit.
I mean, he's just ranting now.
Now, what I would like to say is thus.
Bro, that is thus thing. Is thus. The fucking self-importance. This pompous fucking cunt. Jesus Christ. What I would like to say, it is as thus. My feeble supplicants. Bro, who the fuck do you think you're talking to?
Please understand that, at least from my perspective, and I don't know where other people are coming from when they do their
Look at
game
that
streams
Sekiro
and they do their
emote.
game content and shit like that. Okay?
Used to be my favourite. Sekiro used to be my favourite. I don't know if it is now, though.
When I'm doing a playthrough and I say something like, man, this is lazy game development, alright? I am not trying to slam the game developers, alright? Ultimately, when a game is made, there's someone who's in charge. All right? Let's look at
Here we go.
Cyberpunk 2077.
Here we go.
Game that's over its life cycle. The people in charge wanted the game to be one thing, then they changed their mind, scrapped the whole project,
Here we go. Here comes the nameless management. Is he going to call people out? Does he know some facts? Here we go. Let's have some facts now about Cyberpunk 2077 and the development of why said game come out and was such a fucking mess.
Start over. We want it to be this. Oh, we changed our mind. Scrap the whole project. Start over. We want it to be on this game engine. No, we changed our mind. We want it to be on this game engine. We want all this stuff. Let's make a preview for the public promising all this stuff. But boss, why are we going to do that? We don't even have any of these systems done yet.
Boss, what's their name?
Fuck you, just do it.
That's what the boss said. That's what the boss said. Fuck you, just do it. These nameless people, the CD Projekt Red, they said, why should we do it? Fuck you, just do it.
Told you to do it. Okay, boss. They put out trailer after trailer. We're promising this, promising this, promising this, promising this, promising this, promising this. Oh shit. Now the game actually has to come out at some point because we made all these promises and nothing's done and ready or functional. Is that the game developer's fault or the management? Think about it. It's the people in charge who are fucking up. It's not the people making the games.
How on earth does this geezer sit here and act like he has any fucking idea what goes on inside the inner workings of one of these fucking game development studios? How does he have any idea who is actually responsible, what their aspirations were before they set out to make the game, the issues they run into whilst they was making it, why it took so much, issues with funding, whatever it is? How does this fucking moron just say, oh yeah, it was the boss? Again, like this imaginary evil dude sitting in an office. The cigar guy that Tevin talks about. The guy with the cigar. It's the same. It's that guy. He sits in a boardroom all day long, smoking cigars and not taking calls that come through, telling his secretary to tell him he's busy. It's that guy. Just make the game. Fuck you and do it. Fuck you and do it. The CEO, yeah, the director, one of the chairmen. Who is it? Who is this guy?
The people in charge aren't sitting there crunching the numbers and programming the shit. They're the people at high level and they're making these terrible decisions.
And what do? Are we going to hear about how much money they make? Is he going to talk about how much money? Do we think he's going to talk about how much money the people in charge make?
And then it's everyone under them who ends up suffering. And this is the problem right now, is that people aren't understanding the way that game development works. When you slam a game developer and you say, oh, it's lazy game development, it really wasn't the developer who made the problem. It was the manager. It's always the responsibility of the manager to make sure that that ship is on course, right? That ship is going the right direction. It's staying afloat. It has enough supplies to keep everyone happy and
nice metaphors, yeah.
Healthy on said ship, and that you're going to get to your destination in the right amount of time, and you're going to deliver your cargo to that destination.
Right, leave the metaphor now. You've done it to death already in these 10 seconds, you fucking moron. Leave it alone.
Destination intact and properly. That's the manager or captain's job.
They're not a captain, dickhead. Completely leave that metaphor alone now. They're not a captain. This is not a galleon, okay? Okay, it's a game development studio. Focus.
And they don't, it seems to me, the problem isn't game developers, it's the management at the game companies. These managers are idiots.
He has no idea who these people are. He has no idea who these people are.
They actually don't understand game development cycles. They don't understand.
I'm not saying they are or they aren't, or it's management or any of this stuff. I don't know. I don't know what's driving all these companies, shareholders, the people within the company, whether they just want to churn it out and everyone wants to get paid. I don't know. But I don't know these people, and he don't know these people.
Stand games at all. How do you have people high ups at EA saying shit like NFTs are the future? Ubisoft, literally the management at Ubisoft said they wanted to implement NFTs into their games. They put NFTs into Ghost Recon Breakpoint back in the fall. They just announced yesterday, we're cutting off development. Ghost Recon Breakpoint is now a dead game. Well, if you bought the NFTs for the game, oh well, at least you bought a part of gaming history, but now they're worthless. It's the management. It's not the people making the games. It's these dunce idiots in these CEO managerial positions that think they know anything about game development, and they don't. They're fucking stupid corporate bigwig idiots who all they care about is making money.
I told you. I told you he would talk about money. I told you he'd talk about how much money they made.
They don't care about the product they push out.
Yeah.
All right? The best businesses out there. Okay? The best businesses out there have a balance between making money,
yeah,
and doing something for society.
Oh.
Okay? Now, stands to reason that you need to make money first. And once you're making good money, now
we're right back to talking about money. We've circled all the way back around and we're talking about making money.
now you can say, well, since I'm making the good money, now I can take said money and put it
Said money 4 times in like 10 seconds.
into improving everything I do, so now I could do something good for society with that money, right?
With that money. What's he doing with his 100 grand a year?
So, if you're an indie studio and you have no money and you're cutting corners and you're basically breaking your back,
only 366 right now.
and the game comes out and it's buggy and it's unfinished and it's messed up,
He can still get it.
Then I could argue and I can say, listen, I understand.
What does he do for society? Yeah, I know what he could do for society, but I can't say it because it'd be misconstrued as evil. But there's one thing he could do for the good of man. There's one thing he could do for the good of mankind. Yeah?
Understand why that game came out the way it did. Because you're a small indie studio. But these are ginormous companies with millions upon billions of dollars. They have the means to put out a good product. But it's the management of these companies saying, we don't care. We just want more money. So pump out that piece of shit. Pump out that unfinished, unpolished turd and sell it for full retail price and slap a name on it like Assassin's Creed or Ghost Recon or whatever the frick.
I don't think that's quite how it works. I think a lot of these companies have just stagnated because they've been in the game for a long time. And it's hard for these people to come up with truly fresh ideas. That's what a lot of these games feel like.
Franchises and act like it's a good game and sell it on the merits of the franchise rather than on the merits of the game.
Can you
itself.
please play video games?
And then when the game sucks, oh, they don't want to hear about it. I'm on to the next project, right? No. Bullshit. It's time to take these people to task. The management of these companies are fucking jokers. They're terrible managers. If not, you would never have a single bad game come out.
You would never have a single bad game come out. You would never have a single bad game come out.
You would never have a Cyberpunk situation. You would never have a million joke games coming out of Ubisoft that are garbage, that are unfinished, buggy messes. Because the managers would actually be doing a good fucking job. They don't. They shouldn't be. Yves Guillemot. Oh, he's such a nice guy. And he's an asshole. Under his company, there's constant abuse of his employees. His games constantly get crunched and pushed out unfinished and buggy and shitty. He wants to push NFTs into everything. Why? Why? Why do we accept leaders like that? He's a terrible leader. If he was a good leader, he'd see that all this shit is destroying the industry and stop it, right? So when we say, oh, that's lazy game development, man, I was playing that game and man, they really cut corners. Well, it wasn't
doesn't know what version of Windows he runs.
Do you really think anyone who's sitting at their desk and crunching to put out a video game and working their ass off to put out a video game said, I decided to be a half-assed jerk today, and I'm not going to put any effort into my work. I'm just going to cut corners all day long and put in, oh, give me my paycheck, haha, but they won't know they're none the wiser. No.
Get that paycheck, though. They got that paycheck.
These people want to make a good game. You listen to their stories when they actually have to report things like the abuse and the crunch and everything. They love what they do. They want to make good content. They want to make a work of art for you. They're not allowed to because the people in charge, money, 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 money. It's greed. Gaming has changed dramatically.
It's greed. Greed is massively strong, yeah.
20 years. It went from a passion art that if the game is good, it'll sell and you make money to make something that'll make money and who cares if it's a good piece of art. We don't give a shit as long as it prints us money. And this happens with every fucking industry. Every industry this is.
Yeah. Yeah. We're not telling us anything we don't know.
It's happened. Television, music, movies, now gaming, which is the biggest industry of entertainment possible. Every medium this happens. When it goes mainstream, these fucking bloodsuckers somehow get in charge and they fucking they run it into the ground. McDonald's used to be great food. McDonald's started off as a 2 franchise chain, fresh, hamburgers made fresh right in front of you. Fresh.
Yo, this ain't the 1950s anymore, is it, or whatever? Like, shut the fuck up.
Cut ingredients. Everything fresh. Their milkshakes were made of real dairy. And then what happened? Money, money, money. Franchise out, cut corners. Franchise out, cut corners. Now you go to McDonald's, the thing you grab in your hand isn't even resembling meat. It very well could be fucking bugs.
This geezer can't help himself, can he?
It was mealworms. They got sued about
this.
This
geezer can't help himself.
And over, I think it was in either Europe or Asia, they were selling mealworm burgers and no one knew the difference. So you see the point I'm making? Is that any industry, when it grows to the point where it's just about the money, this is what happens. Is that all the quality is gone.
Yeah, you get leeches. You get leeches. You get people that aren't really in it because they're passionate about it. They're in it to leech off it. They're in it to leech off passionate people. They're the sort of people that would sit there on their birthday and get $700 in tips. And instead of being completely overwhelmed with gratitude. I mean, if I got $700 in a stream, I would just be so blown away. And to think that the next day they would come on stream, make $50 and have the audacity to sit there and say the stream is unusually slow and I need to send out a tweet to ask people to come and give me some more money. Because all that stuff I got yesterday, well, that was my birthday. Of course I was owed that. It was my birthday. That doesn't mean today is different. That was my birthday. Today's the same. Yesterday was just extra. Exactly, Soft P. It's a bit of everything. It's a bit of everything. Obviously. Now that there's so much... There is that it's so big and there is so much money involved. It's a bit of everything. And every now and then, they get the mix right and a good game gets made. They still get made. It's getting harder to find them sometimes. And there's a lot more mediocre games, but the good games still come out.
And now, who's really suffering? We are the consumer because we're buying these games that are unfinished and boring and buggy and lazy. And the game developers are suffering because they're the ones working at the companies and they're the ones who are getting stepped on and
He's the one who's buying all these brand new games all the time because he needs all these, or he needs the next new hot thing to keep him relevant.
Treated to pump out the unfinished, buggy piece of shit game. And the people that are profiting are the management. So I think what really needs to happen, maybe, is two things. Number one, these people who are playing games and reviewing them and slamming them and shit, you gotta have a little bit more perspective, all right? When I'm playing Elden Ring and I'm screaming that this game is lazy, right? Lazy. Can't believe how lazy they were here. When I say they, I'm not talking about the blind level game developer who...
He's talking about these managers, these nameless Elden Ring managers who specifically went to the development team that made a certain room with a troll enemy that pissed him off and said that they're lazy. These specific managers who went, make that room really difficult. He's talking about them. Not the people on the team who went, let's troll the fuck out of them with this room. Because that's just what they make their games like. Because the whole thing is them trolling the shit out of you. Especially near the end. But it's only the managers specifically, that he doesn't know who they are, all their names, or anything specific, but it's that they're the ones. To be fair, Miyazaki personally did probably do that. Were they really making it since DS3? So whilst they were doing Sekiro as well, that's fucking mental, isn't it? Yeah, like 6 years, and you can tell they're still like it had stuff that was unfinished, like the quests and little things they've been updating. Like it weren't like it weren't a complete game. It obviously was, but yeah, it's so fucking big.
Busted their ass to make the game. I'm talking about the person who managed the project.
He's talking, so whenever he says this is lazy or he's talking shit on a game studio. He's talking about the person that managed the project.
The project manager
The project manager
used an asset for the 1,000th time. That's fucking lazy. That's who I'm calling out. All right? I'm not calling out this poor person who was mistreated, underpaid.
How do we know if anyone at From Software is underpaid? Dark Souls 3 sold a fuck ton. Sekiro won Game of the Year. This game just sold apparently like 12 million or 15 million or whatever it was. I reckon they're probably paid alright. If they were working on it for 6 years. How do we know... Yeah, every single game dev is underpaid. And they're like, all of the managers are like slave drivers, like out of some mad biblical story, and they've got like whips and they just when they're at their computers, just like, and they're all making like, oh, and they're getting them to finish it before the deadline, just whipping them all to half to death until they finished making that boss. Radahn was too difficult. That's what it's like. That's what it's like in the From Software studios.
Crunch hours, you know, and I feel...
He said crunch about 50 times. He's like super cool because he knows that word. Yeah, just starts fucking beating people half to death. Stop making new assets. Yeah, stop wasting time. Use those fucking Dark Souls 3 assets. There's loads of dogs and leftover crabs. Fucking use those. Use the little crabs as well, not just the big ones, you fucking cunts. These are the people DSP's talking about. Oh, these are the people he's talking about. Yeah, he loves that word now, D Trashman. Apparently, that's he knows that word. He knows that term. Oh. Yeah, that's true as well. That's very true, Ragnarok Aftershock. All the stuff they find that wasn't used, or the unused lines, and people have move sets and combat move sets and items and all this shit that they either couldn't get to work or just didn't go with in the end. That's very, very true as well.
Bad, because I think there is this crazy misconception in the modern era that that's what I'm saying, and I'm not. I'm actually not trying to be mean to any individual game developer.
He has no idea what he's talking about or who he's talking about.
I don't feel like their job is honestly a job that gets the recognition it deserves, and I don't think that they're really getting paid enough, being honest, from what I'm hearing.
He has no idea how much they get paid.
These stories I'm hearing.
The stories he's hearing.
Right, that are coming out every day about the game industry. Do you really think that these people are really being treated properly? I mean... No one deserves to be crunch for fucking 10
next time, said it again.
Straight months. You can't see your family because you're working so hard. You're stressed the fuck out, and your blood pressure's up in the sky, and you're fucking having...
Now, I'm not saying those sort of working conditions are okay, but if you're highly skilled and you work in an industry like that and it gets too much and you couldn't see your family, do you know what you do? Quit. I'm not saying that's right. I'm not saying these things don't happen, but they're not like indentured. They're not in indentured servitude to these people. Do you know what I mean? Like, even if these things are happening, the way he paints this picture of this us versus them, of this nameless evil CEO, and I'm not saying these people aren't like not pieces of shit. It's just the way he talks about this stuff, the way he explains it is such drivel.
Having a mental breakdown over a fucking video game, right? Like, what is this shit? Right? What is this shit? And
I'm not saying it doesn't happen. It's a good thing. It's obviously not.
I want to say this. I want to say, you know,
he wants to say something else. Wait, he wants to say something else. 50k a year in the video game industry. Doing the same job for simulation. Wow.
In light of everything going on with this story that's going on right now, I do want to publicly apologize to any time when I did sound like that is what I was saying.
Oh, so he's got to go back on all this shit where he's constantly slagged off game studios and game devs, constantly slagged them off and said what fucking idiots they are. Why did they put this in the game? It's so fucking stupid. Are they fucking serious? These fucking idiots. So now he has to absolve himself of any responsibility.
Because when I get in the heat of the moment about...
Oh, when he's in the heat of the moment. I mean, we all understand how that works, don't we?
something in a game, yes, my emotions take me over.
Oh, his emotions take him over. Yeah? He just couldn't help himself. My emotions take me over. Do you like how he said that? He was just stricken with emotion. It was just such an emotional moment. Like, that would be brilliant in court, wouldn't it? Like, Your Honor, I was just so taken with emotion. I just had to call that game developer a fucking mentally ill weakling. I just had to claim he had disabilities and that he wanted to lick my ring piece or whatever the fuck that he says. I was so emotional. It just came to me about telling them to suck the turds out of my ass. Yeah, he was just so emotional, bro.
Story that's going on right now. I do want to publicly apologize.
Here we go.
Anytime when I did
Let's listen again.
Sound like that is what I was saying.
Let's listen to how his emotions take him over.
Because when I get in the heat of the moment about something in a game, yes, my emotions take me over.
He's just going to quickly gloss over it.
I get enraged and I say dumb shit that I don't mean, or I say it in the wrong way.
Oh, he does not that he doesn't mean. He just says it in the wrong way. Okay. He means the managers. It's okay. When he's calling them all mentally ill, dumb cunts, he means the managers, not the game devs, yeah? Remember that. He means the managers, not the game devs.
When I am criticizing a game and I feel like there's something wrong with it, ultimately...
Yeah, when he's criticizing the game and he's calling them fucking stupid cunts and fucking mentally ill and saying, why did they put something in the game, yeah? He's talking about the managers and he doesn't really mean it. And he says it in the heat of the moment because his emotions take him over.
Who's responsible for the thing that's wrong with the game?
Here we go.
The person in charge.
The person in charge, okay? So, the unknown managers, that's right, Mr. Jack Nicholson. He's talking about the unknown managers, yeah? And he's sorry if it ever sounded like he wasn't. Because his emotions took him over. My emotions take me over. Quickly glossed over it. I love how he glossed over it. Just really quick. Just whoop. We just get through that. I say dumb shit. Yeah, great. Oh.
Not the line level person. The person who was running.
Yeah, not the line level person. This poor person that's chained to the thing on a line and they're just forcing them to program it. More swords. Put more swords in. And they're fucking beating the shit out of them. More fucking swords.
The project is the one who was responsible for letting that slip. If you're a manager of a game...
Here we go. A manager. Games have managers. I don't even think... that, like, a studio has probably a general manager. I'm fairly certain a game has a director. I don't think they call him a manager. Like, the studio might have a manager or a studio head, but I don't think that like manager. I don't think it's the game. A game has a manager. I think the game has a director. If you're the manager of a game.
If you're a bigwig, a CEO of a game...
If you're a bigwig, he knows all the technical terms. He knows all the technical terms. If you're a game manager or a bigwig, let's listen again. Let's listen to him talk about the hierarchy and the sort of hiring structure of one of these big gaming companies. What were they called? The game manager.
For the thing that's wrong with the game.
What were they called?
The person in charge.
Here we go. What are they called?
The person who was running the project is the one who was responsible
right,
for
just
letting
wait.
that slip. If you're a manager of a game,
But a manager, the manager of the game, so you get managers of games.
If you're a bigwig, a CEO of a game company.
A bigwig or a CEO of a game company. These are the people he's talking about, okay? These are the dumb cunts that are making them force the games out, not finished, with reused assets.
And you release a game that's full of bugs. Well,
it's their fault, okay? It's the CEO's fault. If the game's full of bugs, it's their fault.
Shame on you. It was your job to make sure that ultimately that game was a polished experience for the consumer. Really, it was your job.
And it's the same every time. Now, I'm not saying I know how these things get released, whether some of the team know bugs are in the game and they don't tell people, whether they chance it, whether the whole company knows. I have no idea. Neither does he.
To make sure that everything was in line. You want to know a really great decision that just happened? Activision Blizzard just announced. They're going to make their QA people, quality assurance, full-time employees, 1,100 of them, who were contracted workers, who were part-time, kind of like do a job and then you're a freelancer, so see you later, we'll let you know if we have more work for you 7 months down the line. They're hiring them all full-time and they're raising their pay to $20 an hour. That's a good thing. The fact that QA, quality assurance, was kind of an afterthought in a gaming community until today is like...
Maybe, but we had to see if their games are actually good or bugs and stuff get through, but yeah. But... whatever.
What the fuck? Right? Like, how, I don't even, you know, how did it even not be a focus? You run your car.
At that point, the game is basically done, isn't it? TTF 34. If like it's basically done, then
a gaming company, but you don't think that quality assurance is something that's too important to games? Really? Do you see what I'm saying? But Mr. Yves Guillemot and Mr. fucking Bobby Kotick, as they roll around in their billions of fucking dollars.
they're billions of dollars, yeah? He's not jealous. He's not jealous. Money doesn't mean anything to this geezer. He doesn't care. He's not jealous. He doesn't think about money a lot. He doesn't judge how important things are, how important people are. He doesn't judge. He doesn't put value on money at all. Like, at all, this geezer.
Profit that they make in their golden parachutes.
They're golden parachutes. They got golden parachutes. Bobby, I'd love to see that. Bobby Kotick's got a golden parachute, bruv.
As they exit these companies, they don't ever get held accountable for making the decisions that make that shit laughable.
Yeah, imagine not getting held accountable for things like that, DSP.
Why? How did they even get in charge of these fucking companies to begin with? Someone says Bobby Kotick saved Activision Blizzard because he bought them out. So there you go. Did he know anything about fucking games in the gaming industry? You think he cared? He was a fucking rich dude. He would throw money at shit. I'll throw some money here. I'll throw some money there. I made some more profit. Throw some money here. Throw some money there. Oh, 100,000 employees got mistreated under my watch. Ah, fuck it. Oh, wait, now people don't like me because they found out about it. Give me my golden parachute. I'm off to the fucking Caymans, man. These are the people who are running this shit.
He's got the inside scoop. He's got all the inside scoops, obviously.
Unbelievable, man. So...
he is so bitter, isn't he? Whether half of these things are true or not, whether we know these companies are taking the piss, whether we know some of them have, like, got sort of nefarious practices, he is actually bitter and jealous and twisted. He's bitter of other content creators that get him, that are doing better than him. He's bitter of when, like, people are doing better at games or things are successful. He's so fucking miserable and bitter and twisted, and he pretends that he's like, all he wants, even with the money, he wants this adoration, he wants this respect, and he's never gonna get it. He's never gonna get it. He almost like commands this respect, and he's never gonna get it, bruv.
Anyway, basically on Twitter you see these arguments back and forth, and basically the mentality now is you shouldn't call a game developer lazy. You know what? Don't. Call the management lazy. Call the fucking CEOs lazy. Call the people in charge lazy. They're the ones who are making these mistakes.
Yeah, they're all giant companies as well. It's like he's just, when he's thinking about it, he's just basically thinking like EA and Ubisoft. That's what he's thinking about. Maybe Activision, like he was just talking about Bobby Kotick, but he's basically thinking about EA and like Ubisoft. He's not thinking about any smaller studios, or if they have to sometimes, if the game's not going to be finished, they have to contract out some of the work, so it's not all completely made in-house. He's not thinking about any of this stuff. He doesn't know whether they had time constraints or not, how much money they had or not. He has no fucking idea. And I know he doesn't, because I fucking don't.
They're the ones that make that game a buggy piece of shit because they very well had it within their power.
Oh, this is the game manager. Yeah, this is the game managers, the bigwigs, the CEOs.
To make that game polished and fun.
Polished and fun.
And worth your dollar. And they didn't. Instead, they just wanted your dollar.
Yeah. Imagine just wanting the money and not making your stream or your product, your product polished. Yeah? Imagine just wanting the dollar, DSP. Imagine just wanting the dollar and not making your product polished, like having a better camera, or making your own scenes, or making your own emotes, or your own alerts, or doing different things with your stream, or trying anything other than sitting there expecting people to throw money at you for just being the gormless cunt that you are. Interesting, right?
They didn't even care what they gave you in return, right?
Yeah, imagine that. Imagine not even caring what you gave them in return. It's my birthday special stream. I'll play Elden Ring and Skyrim like I've been playing all this time. And I'll eat a takeaway, the same as I've done a bunch of different times on stream, the same old thing. Imagine not caring about what you gave them in return. It's fucking mental, that, isn't it?
It's like the difference between handing someone a delicious gourmet sandwich or a McDonald's cheeseburger. Here's your choice for your dollar. Which are you going to select, right? But the problem is people just fall for the shit. They really do. They fall for the marketing. They fall for the trap, right? If you buy...
They fall for the marketing. This geezer buys literally all the brand new games that come out. He's buying all the brand new games all the time. He's buying all the brand new games to play all the time.
McDonald's cheeseburger over the gourmet sandwich.
You're also keeping me up till nearly 5 fucking AM, DSP, you piece of shit.
Which, you're part of the problem, man. You've fed into that industry, that vicious cycle.
Is he insane?
Of buy a bad piece of shit because of the hype. You fell for it, you know? And then that's what I mean. Like, as consumers, we do have to feel some responsibility.
Is he mental?
For what happens in the industry as well. Because these games...
He's literally doing that all the time. All the time.
Pumped out like this if we stop buying the bad ones. But we buy them anyway, you know? So I think there's a lot of factors here. But for me, at least, one of the things that's kind of eye-opening is, yeah, I think that when I do my commentary on games, a lot of the times I do get upset about something going on at the moment in the game. I get pissed and I say something that maybe isn't phrased the best, you know? No, I don't think that it's the line-level game developer's fault that a game has a bug. Or a game
the line level again.
Or that the game is not
the
balanced.
person that's working on the line, they're line workers, like in a factory. They're working in a factory, bolting a car engine together now. They're working on a line.
Unpolished, or that they reused an asset too many times, or this or that. You know what I mean? Ultimately, it's the people who ran the project. So I'm now gonna say, in regards to the Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection, a game that I've played for 4 years and criticized heavily. No, I don't believe that it's the line-level game developer's fault that game has so many issues. It's the people who run Digital Eclipse. The people who run Digital
What planet? I have no idea.
To make a buck. And so they rush out projects like the Street Fighter Collection. They heavily promote it to act like it's good, but it's not. It's an emulator running a bunch of fucking ROMs that run at the wrong speed, so the games aren't accurate to the arcade. They make a lobby system that's completely unfinished, didn't even work at launch, and then when it finally started working, you can't kick people from the lobbies, you can't do that. That's all management level decisions. That's the upper echelon of Digital Eclipse, this development company.
It's all the upper echelons. Nothing to do with the people, the line workers.
He's saying, we don't care about what we put out. Just rush it out there and make a buck.
Rush it out there and make a buck.
But heavily promote it, so that way with the heavy promotion, people think it's good. And that's exactly what happened with the Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection. I don't blame a single person who worked on the game, right there, the line level people, for any of the problems with the game. It's the people who made the decision. Do you really think the people who worked on that game said, man, I really want to run this game at the wrong speed? That sounds like a good idea. Let's make sure
I have no idea, but neither do you.
On the certain stage that it runs at double speed and it's completely...
Who knows? We don't know. I'm sure they didn't do it intentionally.
Uncompetitive. Oh, I'm sure that's what every developer thought when they were making that game. No, of course not. They probably said, well, why can't we add cool features like stage select? Why can't we have this, that, and the people in charge? Nope. Just rush it out. We don't have time for that shit. Just run an emulator suite. But an emulator suite, they could do that on their PC right now. Fuck it, just run an emulator suite. We gotta make money. And
Yeah, that's the conversation. That was the conversation.
It's really bad, and I feel terrible that
he knows.
You know, people get the wrong impression. Okay. Anyway, I've now ranted about this for like a half an hour. I think you guys know my take on it. And I'm gonna be a little bit more careful, I think, about what I say when I get angry at games and shit.
Yeah, when you get
I'm
angry
like,
and you're calling people mentally ill and you're saying the game developers are fucking idiots. Now that people, there's like a sort of, now the mood in the air is people slightly turning against that. You've got to slither along on the floor like the fucking little snake that you are and pretend you don't do stuff like that.
To make a fucking rip-off buck here. Rather than, oh, this is a bunch of lazy game developers.
Yeah. These, what a bunch of lazy game fucking managers. These fucking managers, what pieces of shit. These fucking stupid managers.
Rob on Wheels to me another $1.50. He says, big picture thinking is a rarity these days. You're right. That no one really sees big picture. Ultimately, on any project of any business, all right?
More business talk.
It is the manager who's responsible for everything because the manager is the one in charge who's responsible for the ultimate decisions. It's well within a manager's power.
Yeah.
To say, okay, there's something wrong. Don't release it yet. Fix it first. It is. It's within their power. Now, of course, you could always say, well, what about their manager? Well, then it's their manager's fault if they rush it out.
Oh, it's their manager, so they've got to go up the chain. We go all the way to the top. Right. I'm with him now. I'm cottoning on. I'm understanding the corporate structure very well.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
I see what you're saying, bruv.
There's always levels of...
Yeah, levels, yeah? Like a tiered cake, yeah? Like a gâteau. There's levels. I get it.
Responsibility and accountability.
Yeah, levels of responsibility. Management. Layers, yeah? Structure.
Accountability. And ultimately, I don't think the accountability is down on the line level developer.
No, yeah, it's not those people on the bottom. Those poor people who are on all these articles who you now feel really bad about. We're going up the levels of management. We're going up through the rings of management. Yeah? Maybe it's down. Maybe it's down into the layers, the seven deadly sins, the layers of hell. Yeah?
On these people in levels in charge.
Yeah, the levels above, yeah.
Who let this shit slip.
Yeah, they let the ship slip all the way down, bro. They're all the way up these levels, son.
Okay. With game bugs in particular, yes, I would say there's probably games that come out with game bugs that was never detected. All right? And that's okay. That's going to happen, and that's acceptable.
Oh, that's okay. That's acceptable.
But critical design flaws...
Bugs are acceptable.
Critical choices like reusing the same asset 4,000 times, those are active management design choices that definitely can be fixed before a game comes out. And
management, yeah.
I just release it as is or rush it out or just reuse it because we don't want to put more effort in. That's a management decision, right?
Whatever. Oh, look who's live. Look who's still live. Right, that's it. It's nearly 5 AM. It's 20 to 5. Oh my god. I'm supposed to sleep and readjust on my sleeping schedule and all this sort of stuff. That's alright. That's going to come. That's going to be in the coming days. Daltonki, I see you. I'll read it right? Yeah. Right. I'm literally finishing. This is what. Listen, I'm going to be going to work soon, Riohan. Don't you worry. I'm going to be smashing it. The stream is over. You'll have to catch me on the other side, won't you? I mean, I don't know how you will survive. To be quite honest, I don't know how you will survive without me. And I gave you the cape for the whole stream as well. Whoever redeemed this, you got your fucking money's worth. I had cape for the whole stream. You are all very welcome. You are all very welcome. It's a cape, okay? I'll be back tomorrow, probably. We'll do something tomorrow. It's going to be fine, Goon. I'm going to be streaming plenty, don't you worry. I was doing it when I was mixing cement. I'm going to be doing it this time. I wouldn't trust me if I was you. I wouldn't do that. 24-hour send-off stream. Maybe. We could do something at the weekend. We could do something Sunday. We could do something Sunday if you want. I've got to do some food. Maybe I'll get some food because I've got to do Juzzy's lasagna and shit. I've got to do load of food. We could do something at the weekend. We could do something at the weekend. But yeah, have a lovely night. Rio Hun. Blood pudding, fuck. I might have to get more. It might be out of date. I showed it to you. I just keep forgetting. Fuck. Right, we've got Rio Han bread, Broken Mailman, Spanky, Soft P, Goon right there. Broken Mailman. Did I just say that? Ceramic. What? Oh